girl wasn't too happy about the post. My girl wasn't too happy about the Barstool call her daddy story and post.
Why? You stood a girl up.
Son, it was bad
That
funny.
shit is destiny, yo.
Y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all the real story because this is Patreon as a family, and I didn't stand her up because I was watching TV. I was just on the couch.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain I was going on a date with my girl. And the Barstool girl, this is when I was a complete douchebag, and that's why I don't share these fucking stories. It's just douchey, no reason to put it out there. And don't do this. But when I was just a fucking hoe, I would kind of like double book because you never know. A lot of times girls got to cancel, right? Like girls, they do. A lot of times girls have other guys come up. Like if I'm in this dating pool, right, where I'm competing with some guy who plays for the Knicks, chances are the guy who plays the Knicks might call her and all of a sudden she can't go out, right? So it's like I would maybe double book, right?
And book like United.
I'm united out
sometimes
here.
Sometimes a bitch gotta get dragged.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you miss a flight. Oopsie. What is it called? You on standby. You didn't know it. Right? Is it standby?
She's the fucking David Dow of this whole thing. Ain't that the,
what's David Dow?
The Chinese dude that got dragged off
Come
the
on, bro.
United
Don't
flight?
bring up Chinese people already, bro. Come on, we gotta wait a little bit in the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she, you know, whatever. The girl's cute girl, whatever. But obviously, I was way more interested in my girlfriend. So who's my current girlfriend, and so we had that date, you know, together. We had it locked in, and once I got confirmation with my girl, I had to be like, nah, sorry, fam.
You could. There was potential to flip that and be like, why would you not confirm until 2 hours before? Like, you know, you care about me. The second I get confirmation from you, I'm gonna cancel on this other girl. She's a girl I don't give a fuck about. I can't. Why would you wait till 5 p.m. to confirm with me?
I did all that. I did all that. I said, babe, you're the one. I go, this is how much shit that she listened to. I go, babe, you're the one I canceled on her to be with. Like the second you were willing to go on a date. And I was like, yo, you were priority number one. This was the insurance, right? So that I'm going for. And then she goes, I listened to a podcast a long time ago where you were describing this situation and you said you were going on a date with some Brazilian girl. I was like, so I dead ass, I look her right in her face. I was like, bitch, I thought you were Brazilian. You look Brazilian, you know? I just found out you're not Brazilian. She looks Brazilian.
Yeah.
She could pass, bro. Brazilians are diverse. There's a diverse group of people.
That's the thing.
Yo, there's tons of Brazilians out there. But that's for Patreon, yo. That's for the family. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't put that out there. You know, that was my old hoe ways. I was just out there in the world, living life as a young bachelor in New York City.
Sometimes you gotta double
no
book.
doorman building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever tell them to come to the no doorman building? Buzz up! I don't know how to work the button. My complicated
I'll come get you. Just the elevator's a little slow. Yeah, make sure there's nobody else around because we can't fit that many people in there. So
yo, just wait for a delivery. They're coming. Ain't nobody trying to deliver nothing.
But did she get any validation knowing that like she won? You know what I mean?
I think on some level, yes, but I also don't like in my girl's mind. I'm sure she's like, oh, this other girl's gonna hit him up now that he's even mentioning her. Because you know, all of our girlfriends think that we're the most desirable human beings on the planet.
Yeah.
Like that's why shit is so tricky. Is it 100%? All of our girlfriends think, whether they say it or not. Well, you don't shower. This motherfucker came in with dreadlocks. So the other day, Mark goes, I had to comb some gnats out of my hair.
Yeah, for real, dude. My hair is like your shitty dog. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, what? I don't have
That's
any
gotta be a
dogs.
shitty dog, yo.
Cookie.
Dog.
I don't got any dogs.
What about Cookie?
That's my girl's dog.
Okay.
I told you, bro. I don't have no step dogs, bro. That's your shit. Okay, ain't no Brady Bunch over here. Those are your kids.
But like, she's surrounded by all these like doctors and shit, and I'm like, like the most desirable in the whole world.
I'm telling you, they build us up.
They overinflate your value because
they love you so much.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh my God, every girl's got to love him like this. So my girl literally asked me, she's like, did she hit you up yesterday? And I was like, what?
In the middle of
weirdest question.
In the middle of a legal battle.
I know.
that her boyfriend started.
Is our dinner still on the table? Like what would she say? You know what I mean? She ain't even Brazilian, babe. Like, what you worried about? You know what I mean? Come on, take a samba lesson, bitch. Her, not my girl.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway.
Oh, man.
Anyway, how y'all doing, man? Akash, how you doing? Everything's good?
We chilling, bro.
Yeah?
Quarantine chilling.
Wifey's good?
Wifey good, yo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No drama for us?
Nah, nothing worth talking about.
Nah, nothing.
Our shit, we either getting along great or our fights are not, I'm not comfortable bringing them up.
Oh, is
You know
that
what I mean?
crazy?
If we fight, we be fighting.
Yeah?
If we fight, the shit is, we just took it there.
Yeah?
And otherwise, we're good. We haven't figured out how to fight. Like, I seen you and your girl fight.
Yeah.
And she's like little comments back and forth. And I'm like, man, that shit is adorable. When
Yeah, we do fight mad
When
adorable.
we fight, that shit is something.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit's a thing.
Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
What's the craziest? Because everybody's thinking that you beat up your girl right now, so maybe you should clarify.
Sometimes I beat up my girl. No, I'm kidding.
One of the topics this week I'm looking through, there's like mad shit happening in the news, right? There's obviously, what is it called? What is it? What was the shit? No, maybe there wasn't a lot of shit. I thought there was a lot of shit happening in sports. Oh, Last Dance just finished. All these other NBA players are
Yup.
talking shit. Like a lot of things have happened. And one of the stories just randomly is Domino's delivery man didn't get tipped. Curses out customer.
Son, that shit bothered me so much, yo. Who the fuck is this guy, yo?
And it goes from like Paul Pierce's top 5 NBA players of all time. Robert Parrish said he wasn't afraid of Jordan. Domino's delivery guy.
Hey,
upset
who the
at
fuck
small-
is this guy, yo?
You were so
I
tired
was
about
watching
tipping.
that shit like Scottie Pippen watching Last Dance. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is that?
Yo, son, so what happened? What was the whole story?
This guy cussed out some kids because the kids ordered pizza, or like the dad had them order pizza, didn't realize the tip wasn't added. The dad ordered,
Yeah.
didn't realize tip wasn't added, whatever. Guy doesn't get a tip, and he just goes, thanks for the tip. And the kid doesn't know what's going on, so he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Fucking douche. He calls him
Yeah,
a
and then
douche.
he calls him fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, what? And he's
Yeah.
like, yo, if I don't get tipped, I lose money. That's my gas money that brought you this pizza. And it's like, bruh, grow up. You didn't get tipped. Big fucking deal. You get tipped somewhere else.
Nah.
You drove somewhere.
That's like him working, not getting paid.
That's true, Akash. What if somebody said that to you?
That is built in the contract. You get paid differently, but when he gets over tipped, and he's like, is he like, well, this is a lot to get paid for now.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
He seems like an honorable guy. Son. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you tipped him too much, he'd probably give you something back. Be a fucking douche spending your dad's money.
Yeah, man.
That's what he'd probably say.
Fuck that. He
I would let
protecting
a
his kid,
Domino's
protecting his
delivery guy.
dad's paper. Not tipping.
I think this is a strategy you're going to use when you have kids to avoid tipping. I think you're going to send your kid out there knowing full well he doesn't know how to tip, right? Because that's what this fucking piece of shit dad
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Sent his kid going out there knowing full fucking well he doesn't know how to calculate 20% or add tip on the other line. He just said, go sign the paper, knowing he wasn't going to tip because he was trying to save a couple fucking bucks. And that's what you would try to do, you cheap fuck.
Listen, I try to tip these fucking losers $5, which I think is very healthy. I think a $5 tip on a delivery is very healthy.
You think?
But if you don't get tipped, fuck you. You didn't get tipped. Big deal. Shut up.
What happened, bro?
That's
the
that
Domino's
motherfucker
guy.
running for extra tip, probably. That's the wait staff of America hearing this story, losing their minds. I'm tired of tipping, yo.
Yeah.
Just charge me extra. Pay the guy extra. I don't want to be responsible for this.
You got him riled, son.
Yeah, I
You
think,
got
I
him
think, I
riled,
think
son.
you're really on one here. It's not like India where you could just have a slave that lives with you and does everything for free. Okay? Those days are over.
Y'all had
you
it one time.
You came a little late. Okay, Akash?
Hey, man, make America great again.
Do you want to run it back? Do you what? You got a groan. You got a groan. Oh, man. You did have some fire topics today.
Bro, I was in it.
That one story was hilarious. Was the NFL players that were getting sexually
getting molested,
assaulted
yo.
on the plane?
Some NFL player who chose to remain anonymous is suing United Airlines because he said he got sexually harassed in his seat, complained to the flight attendant, and then the flight attendant just didn't do anything.
Yeah. Now, just to clarify the story, so basically, this NFL player and his friend, who I believe is also an NFL player,
Okay.
were in these seats. This woman is sitting in the window. He's sitting in the middle, and his friend is sitting on the aisle. Right. And the reason he wants to remain nameless is because he's flying fucking coach, right? On United, mind you. And apparently the woman in the window was like tearing off his mask, rubbing up his thighs, and grabbed his dick at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. Big time.
That's what's up.
Big time.
Talk about trying to get the tip.
Dude, real talk, man, on the plane. Now, here's the question. Sexual assault on the plane, right?
How do you punish that?
Also, where are they going to go? It is a tricky situation.
It's federal.
What do you mean?
Because it's like federal air.
Oh, you can't give a state. Ooh, that's a good question.
Like when something happens in the airport, it's a federal crime.
But if a baby gets born in the air, what is it?
Huh?
That's a good question.
If a baby gets born in the air, let's say you're flying from Argentina to New York, baby gets born in the air.
Okay.
It's got to be Venezuelan.
No, I think it's where I think you get to choose at that point. I was gonna say it's destination, but if you're flying somewhere, actually, women aren't allowed to fly that pregnant, are they?
Why, who's going to tell? Who knows? You never know.
You guys could be.
I think you're not allowed to fly
They're not
in your.
supposed to,
They're not supposed to, but they run
You
it.
can.
You can.
You got pregnant bitches jumping over the border in El Paso. Right? Trying to squeeze through that border wall with them.
Sometimes your logic.
Look, you're stomaching.
Sometimes trying to like make sense of your logic is like, no, that's not true because, and then it's just so exhausting that you just gotta let that rock.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you're
a fact,
I
bro.
know, I get it, but it's different.
They got the maquiladoras.
yeah. I just trying to get to America is like there's urgency there. Trying to fly for fucking to Miami on 4th of July weekend is, you know. What I mean?
What if you're coming from another country? You get a visa, and then you can have one of
that's a
those
fact.
anchor babies.
That's
That's
a
what I'm
fact.
trying to say. That's genius. That might be a genius way of doing it.
I think you just have the same citizenship as the parent.
Son, hold up. Can we
Nah,
just...
nah.
Listen, you can stay in America how long? 3 months on a visa. Come here month 7, have the baby here. It's lit. Why are people not doing that? That's the easiest way.
So I think this is an
They cut
interesting
that
thing.
down.
So it's you get the citizenship of your mom unless you're flying.
you, fuck
You're
boy.
flying in the airspace of a country that gives birthright citizenship. In which case you do have claim to try to file for citizenship.
Does
of that
America have
country.
birthright citizenship?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's fucking go.
that's a move.
Y'all don't want to be American enough.
That's a move.
Real talk. That's how you become American.
Go from Canada to Mexico. You got 4 hours or whatever. Make it happen.
Now,
Chop,
but
chop.
you got to get.
Get your exercise ball, bitch. Start bouncing.
So you
Let's
got to get
go.
the visa. You can't do without the visa.
What you need a visa for?
No,
you
but-
get 3 months here.
Without a visa.
Yeah, 6 months, I think, from Canada.
Oh shit.
Also, sometimes sky babies, that's what they call them, sky babies.
Yeah.
They get free flights for life
Why?
because they're born on the plane.
That's fire, yo.
In
making this
2017,
shit
Spirit Airlines gave free flights.
Spirit Airlines,
Spirit.
son. That's
Oh,
a
no.
Greyhound in the sky. Anybody trying to give me free flights on Spirit? I'd rather pay.
Ain't the flights free already? I don't think you gotta be born
Yeah, the
on it to
flight
get
is
it.
free, but they charge you for every article of clothing you bring on board. Charge you every drink of water you take.
Yeah, dude.
Every time you pee, that's $8.
They gave some free flights to this kid because he was born on a plane.
Some free flights, but not all free
No.
flights.
Yeah, some free flights.
Fair enough.
Also,
All I'm
where are you
saying-
going to go with Spirit Airlines, bro?
Yeah. Remember, Al wanted to take, what do you want to take, Southwest to fucking Asia? So we're flying Australia. He goes, yo, can I do the first leg on Southwest? Because I got points. I go, to Hong Kong?
Mad
To
points,
Hong Kong?
You go to Omaha, and then you have to take that to wherever the fuck we're going.
Yo, I remember I was on a Spirit flight a long time ago. They came on board and they were like, yo, we're overbooked. If anybody wants to forfeit their seat, we'll give you 2 tickets to anywhere Spirit flies, including international. And I was like, I don't want no fucking international Spirit flight. I'm staying right here. I got an exit row. Fuck your flight. I'm not doing this again. You out of your mind, dog. And I love free shit, but I was like, I'm good, man.
You can't handle it.
I can't handle Spirit, dude.
Oh, guys, this week is actually really exciting because you're starting to see the reactions of the players to The Last Dance.
Yeah, buddy.
And this is the gift that keeps on giving, The Last Dance, right? Because not only do you see the reaction of the players that were in it, right? We saw some of that at the Pistons, right? Lambeer and all these guys going on, Isaiah Thomas going on there, like media tours. But now you're starting to see the players that were in it and the players who are not in it still
Right.
giving their opinions.
Right.
Right? And it's fucking beautiful to see because you've basically antagonized the most competitive people of the last 100 years.
Great point.
Right?
Great point.
So you have Robert Parrish, who hasn't said a word probably in 40 years.
I
Yeah.
never saw him talk ever.
Ever. Not as a Celtic.
Yeah.
What is it? 0-0, right?
Double zero, dog.
Double zero.
That many words he said.
Exactly. All of a sudden, he's coming out. Not only is he saying that some people were not afraid of Jordan.
Yeah.
He's saying that he G-checked Jordan and Jordan bitched out.
Yup.
Right? What was the exact line?
So the story in the article he tells, essentially, he made some mistake, and then Jordan started yelling at him, and he was like, look, man, I'm not as enamored with you as all these other guys. I got some rings, too. And then Jordan said, I'll beat the shit out of you. I'll kick your ass or something like that. And then Parrish took one step closer to him and said, no, I'm going to kick your ass, Jordan said. And Parrish took one step closer and said, no, you really aren't. And then Jordan just didn't say anything and then stopped bullying him for the rest of his time there.
Yo, I know this could be blasphemous. Was Jordan pussy?
Fuck out of here.
It's the bully. You stand up to a bully
Yeah,
and you
like-
kick the shit out of the bully, you're not going to say anything.
I'm saying, I think that might be it. It's like he was so intimidating and so great, and he was so powerful within the league
Yeah.
that you're like, man, I don't want to fuck up my chances in the NBA. They're protecting this guy. The refs protect him. David Stern protects him. Everybody protects him. I'm on the championship team. I don't want to fuck this up. Who else would take me if I was the guy that beat up Michael Jordan, etc.? Right. But I'm starting to think like everybody that checked him or everybody that pressed him, he didn't really do nothing to, right?
Well, what's another example?
Well, Steve Kerr, he punches in the face. Steve Kerr's little, but all of a sudden they're like best buddies after that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to think like him and Reggie got into it.
Yeah.
They jawed.
But they scrapped at one point. I mean, it was like a
punch
basketball
was
fight.
thrown.
But yeah.
But then shit was cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like they said hi to each other after the game. It was cool. It wasn't like I'm gonna hold a grudge forever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who. Like Horace Grant was out saying, "Yo, that was not like if Jordan want to talk about it, we could talk about it, but
Or
it was
we could not
like that.
talk about him. We could do something
And
else.
we could do something else."
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder, like,
So I think Jordan...
was he just bullying the weak?
That's what Horace said. He bullied weaker people.
No
Or maybe
smoke for
Parrish said that.
Rodman. Probably thought Rodman had the HIV, but zero smoke for Rodman, right? Pippen, no smoke.
Yeah, he loved Pippen.
Because Pippen got that reach. He's 6'10", probably knocked Jordan the fuck out.
Pippen also was cool with not being... He was cool with... Like, he didn't mind getting bullied a little bit. Whatever. It's fine. It's not a
All right,
big deal.
but what do you
Got a big
think?
ass dick. What's he care about?
He had that country dong, bro.
That country dick.
He was country, bro.
country strong.
Yo, country dick.
Yo.
There was a guy in my boy's neighborhood, and actually not too far from here. They used to call him CB, country black. And I was like, I was nodding his head. I was like, why do you call him country black? And then my boy was like, you see how black that motherfucker? Al, that's a real thing.
That
Ain't
was a
it?
real thing.
That funny.
Then you were African blue black. That was
Blue
big too.
black is
Yeah.
the
Blue black is so
Like
funny.
you were so black that
You're
you
blue.
had like shades of blue or purple.
Yeah.
They need
Only-
another.
only
You were
like
so black
straight
they need
African.
another color to describe how black you were.
Yeah. Amistad.
So it'd be like
that guy.
African blue black. Yeah.
But
Levels to
CB.
this.
Okay, so is it possible that Jordan was this like incredibly intimidating force to the weak, but to the alphas, they were like, nah, bro, you could get slapped
this
coming
was-
to the rim. We don't care.
This is my question. I think with Reggie, he liked it's just competition. I also think he was nice to him, and he's the kind of guy, if you're on the other team, I'll be nice to you off the court, and then on the court, you don't know how personal this is. I'm not going to let you know, but like, I fucking hate you or whatever. Because he said that, and maybe it's all bullshit in hindsight, but he was like, at that point, the series became personal or whatever. So maybe that was it. But I was wondering, like, Tim Grover, I brought up what he said in his book, which is like guys over 6'8" or 6'10" or whatever, they just aren't killers. They're not cleaners or whatever he called it. And I was like, is that why nobody beat up Jordan? Because Horace Grant could have kicked the shit out of him. I'm pretty fucking positive. But I think Robert Parrish was not one of those guys. He was a Celtic. Like, these are a bunch of fucking, they're dudes. Like, they'll go. So I think when Jordan stepped to him, he was just like, okay, no, this is not going to, I'm not Horace. You can't. If he's bullying Horace, you're
And
not
I'm an
gonna bully
OG.
me.
Like,
Yeah.
you're going to put some respect on my
Yeah,
fucking
you
name.
out of your fucking
And
mind.
I beat you.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's like you tried to come through. I don't know if they tried to come through the Celtics. They did, right? Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
a champ. I put Kevin McHale on the bench. Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to?
Yeah.
You're not talking to somebody with no rings over here. I probably got more than you at this point, so fuck you.
Interesting. When did he go there? When was Robert Parrish on
Can we
the
look
Bulls?
up Robert Parrish, the years he played for the Bulls?
Yeah.
It might have been, it couldn't have been after Jordan came back the second time in 95, 96. I doubt Parrish was playing that late. So probably during their three-peat is my guess. Or maybe even earlier. But during their three-peat, I got 3 rings. You're in the midst of getting 3 rings. I'm not
According to
impressed.
career history, he was with the Bulls from 96 to 97.
Oh, so it was after the three-peat. But we got the same number of rings. Maybe Jordan got 4, but whatever. You're not,
Yeah.
bro. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. And I think that was when Jordan was like, "Oh, this guy could actually kick the shit out of me. So let me back up."
It's just so great to
I
see
just don't
everybody
think-
coming out.
I just don't think there weren't that many fights. There were fights, of course, like way more than now, but there's just a lot of talking shit. And that still happens today. So it's like,
people were fighting back in the day, bro.
yeah, but I'm talking about, it's like, all right, you talk as much shit as you can talk up until the fight.
No, that back then there were fights. Everybody was on cocaine. Motherfuckers were swinging
Yeah,
at each
but it
other.
wasn't like on some every game type shit. It was way
I don't
more
know
than
how
now.
often. I don't know how often it was, but like now, it's just like I'm gonna yap at you. No one's really gonna swing. Like that's what's crazy.
You know, people are gonna separate it.
Back in the day, like look at Rudy Tomjanovich get fucking laid out. I think it was
Yeah.
Rudy, right? He
Yeah.
gets laid out and just like complete clip.
Literally got traumatized from that. He like started drinking, became an alcoholic. It was like a crazy thing. And that's when they started getting much more strict on fights.
Yeah.
But if you're Robert Parrish, you came from an era where it's like, we get physical. We made the bad boys. That's the only way they could win. And we played them. I don't give a fuck. So
Yo, did these guys get drafted?
Parrish and them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he did. I assume he did.
No, I mean drafted in the
the war?
military.
No,
yeah,
no,
like
no.
did athletes not go to war?
Some athletes did, but I bet there's.
Because you heard about it in World War II, right? You'd have all these like actors and shit. Didn't like Joe DiMaggio go to war? Didn't all these
might have.
motherfuckers go to war?
I would assume there's a way out of it if you're like super successful and famous, but I don't know.
But if you're the best athlete,
That's true. That's true.
like those are the first people we should be going, all right, stop hitting the bats and balls, go get the Nazis, right?
Yeah, but war is so much about numbers. Like you're kind of just looking at numbers.
Yeah.
Those guys are more than just numbers. So you don't want to just throw them in as a number.
It's
You know what
kind
I
of
mean?
sad, isn't it?
We could decimate. We could potentially win, but it's like if we took the whole NBA starting 5 on every team, that's 150 people. We need 100,000 soldiers.
Yeah.
So like, is it worth sacrificing them for 0.01% of our military?
So is that all war is? It's like who's willing to lose more?
I think a lot of it is. Who's got more resources and who's willing to burn more resources?
Who's willing to fuck their people more?
Yeah.
And that's why Russia just keeps winning, because they keep their people in a constant state of fucked.
Yeah, they don't care.
And a lot of these Asian countries who are going to like, I don't know, intervene in, if you will, to stop communism, etc. They already live in shitty lives. So it's like, we're not changing your life that much more.
Vietnam
Right?
didn't
It's
give a
probably more
fuck.
exciting for them. They probably loved the war.
Yeah, apparently the NFL protected a bunch of NFL players during World War II or during during
Really?
Vietnam.
These guys are valuable, man.
But it was mad easy not to go to war, right? You just need to be in college. Like, yo, that's how fucking valuable college was back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, you can't send them to war. They're in school. We need them.
Yeah.
Now everybody got a fucking degree. You think now college would stop you from the draft?
It might at first, but at a certain point.
College, bro?
First,
People,
let's send
people
these
probably
trade
don't take
school
that shit
motherfuckers.
seriously.
Say again?
They're like, you can't fight for our freedom because you're in community college right now.
Come on, bro.
you get a
I gotta
fucking
study poetry.
degree.
yeah. Fuck, what
But also, the
majors do we
draft
have now?
stopped in 1973.
Say again?
The
Yeah,
draft
Paris and them
stopped
weren't
in
getting drafted,
1973.
but
Right. I was saying before that,
yeah,
like
yeah,
prior.
Before that, who knows?
But
But
then
also, they'll
apparently-
run it back on the draft if they need to.
if they need to.
In World War II, Japan was drafting his baseball players. They were like, yo, you guys got to go. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, according to this article.
Somebody got to throw the grenades.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, but yeah, we're talking about these are countries where it's like we don't give a fuck. Japanese people, that's kamikazes, dog. Literally, this is built into the culture. You will kill yourself to do your job.
Also, like when you gotta think about Japan. Japan is not like Nintendo Japan yet.
It's also-
Like we
this
bombed them
samurai-
into
this samurai
Nintendo Japan. Yeah, they're like a feud. I don't know if it's a feudal empire, but they're like kingdoms and shit, and like samurais walking around. It's like real ninja shit back in the day. There was an emperor, not a king, but whatever that is. You know what I mean?
Another thing is that the U.S. drafted people in World War II, like baseball players.
Yeah.
But they didn't put them in lines of combat. So they were just like, yeah, go out there and do some more stuff. And then they actually had an exhibition game where the Army played the Army played the Navy team. And so they were doing like these exhibition like baseball games during World War II.
I mean,
like,
listen,
boost
it's
morale.
fucked
You
up.
want to
but
know some wild shit? Look up Mo Berg, and don't tell me. Look up Mo Berg spy. Don't say anything about it.
You saw that movie?
Was it about Mo Berg?
Yeah.
That's my dad, my parents' well, my dad lived, my grandparents' family friend, who might have diddled my aunt or something like that. But so there's this guy, yeah. So this guy Mo Berg,
That's all
right? He might have molested my aunt, right?
Mo
Got
Berg
her-
steals second.
and third, bro. It might have been some fingers, right? So he goes. He was like this kind of mediocre baseball player, but he was a professional baseball
You're
player.
about to tell us a really cool story about Mo Berg, and
Yeah.
now it's gonna be really hard to respect it.
Yeah, I
This
know.
guy's out here fingering little
He's just
girls.
diddling.
Y'all don't know what she looked like. You know what I'm saying? It was a different time. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly how old she was. This guy saved our country. So basically, he was like a mediocre baseball player, and they were sending an American baseball team to Japan to play against the Japanese baseball team. And they sent fucking Babe Ruth and a bunch of other people. They sent like legit ball players. I don't know if it was Babe Ruth, but I'm sure you can find the list of guys. And then they sent this one guy who was a completely mediocre baseball player, Mo Burke. The reason they sent him over there is because he was a spy. He was working for the CIA. Matter of fact, he taught my dad Latin. He was giving my dad Latin lessons. Not cute enough to get diddled. You know what I mean? But for real, he was like a language expert. So they sent him over there, and they hid a fucking camera in his like baseball gear or some shit like that. You know, they hid a camera in something, I forget what it is, and his job was to go to the top of the building where they were staying, the top of the hotel where they were staying. I'm pretty sure you can fact check this, Mark. Go to the top of the building and then take pictures of the surrounding city so that they would know the things that they would try to bomb.
Oh shit!
When I believe it was Doolittle that led that charge.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's all on this Wikipedia, right? Yeah.
How crazy, right? Fucking wild, nuts. And I wonder if that shit happens to this day. Like, I wonder if you have like scouting expeditions, right? Like you're like, oh, we're going to the Middle East to look at this player who's playing for Maccabi Tel Aviv, right?
Yeah.
And you're really over there. You're doing some kind of excursion. You hop on a train or you hop on a car and you go to some crazy town. You see what's going on with some I don't know, terror cell or some shit.
I'm just surprised you didn't see that movie.
I gotta watch it now.
Yeah,
What's it called?
The Catcher.
I diddled Andrew Schultz's aunt.
Yeah. Does it have the diddle scene in there?
It does have the diddle scene. Nah,
You should win an Oscar for that.
The Catcher was a spy.
The Catcher was a spy?
Yeah, with Paul Rudd. He killed that shit.
I'll fuck with that.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
And what's it called?
The Catcher was a spy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, son. Nah, this fire. But I wonder if they do that. I wonder if they do that all the time. I wonder if they do that to us too. Like if you know you're going to get worked by an American team, Mark maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you know you're going to get worked by an American team, right?
Yeah.
You know you're going to lose. It doesn't matter who you send. Well, why don't we send some motherfuckers there to get some intel?
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that all the Olympics is? It's like a chance for us to spy on each other?
A bunch of spies.
And
Everybody that's last, that like barely qualified, could be a spy.
Dude.
You're right.
And imagine how pissed most countries are when they're like, we're going to do the World Cup in fucking Qatar. There's no information for me to get in fucking Qatar, but Shanghai or Beijing or China, like, let's go. Let's get some shit.
Yeah.
I bet there's information.
And the countries are sharing intel and shit like that.
What do you mean?
The country, like the players meet up and they can share intel with one another.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wonder if you
Everything's
could
off the
spot it.
book.
I wonder if you could spot it. Like if you could look at like the hockey team and be like, oh, that skinny motherfucker, that trash that has a gimp arm or something.
Dude, 100%
You know what else it
because
could
back
be?
in the day, you didn't have the stats. But now, you could follow someone's trajectory from like middle school.
You'd be less obvious. You get like a trainer or an equipment manager or whatever. You could
Right.
have like a whole team of motherfuckers that's just spies, and then you disguise them as equipment managers. That's the easiest fucking most brainless job on earth.
Total access. You just going around taking pictures.
Yeah.
Why are you taking a picture of that building? Oh, no big deal.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out, where we need to put everything from the
You
lockers or
think the
whatever.
players know? He's like, I rolled my ankle and I couldn't get it fucking taped up because this
This guy
shitty
put scotch tape on my ankle. What the fuck is that?
They choose the doctor to be fake, the one position you actually need. Bro, I got a friend of mine that was going to work for the CIA. That's what he initially wanted to do. And then he switched and he started working for
Yeah.
a
know this
professional
guy.
sports league. And to this day, I'm always like, I don't know if you're completely what you say you are. Like, he's too smart. He's too well aware of shit, right? He's got these great opinions about what's going on in the world, but he's very successful at the sport in which he works.
Yeah.
And again, he's not playing the sport. He's in more of like a front office type of thing. But
He's good at it.
he would be the perfect person. It would be the perfect shield to hide under if he had to do some nefarious shit for the U.S. or some heroic shit.
I'm thinking about this guy in particular.
Right?
Yeah. It would make sense. Yeah.
Right, though?
Yeah. 100%.
Like if he came to me later, if we're just chilling, like we're 50 years old, we're just chilling on the beach and having some drinks. He's like, bro, that whole sports shit was nonsense, dog. I was out there bodying these Middle Eastern motherfuckers, son. Scouting. Fucking scouting. I dropped COVID in Wuhan.
Wasn't he in charge of some international shit at some point when he worked for the league?
No,
I remember him telling me he was like a part of the NBA India thing. Do I got to talk to this?
Nah. He never did international stuff for them.
You think that's just James Dolan though? You think
What's he
like, like Dolan might just be a spy?
Shit, no. He'd be the most Bond spy ever.
That's what I'm saying. He might be a spy,
But
bro.
without the smoothness.
Nah, because he got bitches in the front row. Like, that's all Bond did.
Billionaire, dog.
Say again?
Bond wasn't no billionaire. Bond was just smooth.
Bond would fuck with the government's money. That's right. He was playing poker. Like, yeah, of course you're gonna bluff. Like, why do we act like Bond was some
with my tax money.
Yeah, like what's that old bitch? That old bitch was probably like, motherfucker, fold. You know what I'm saying? This is the Bank of England's money. You better fold that shit.
Well, we just lost a car, so there it goes.
Son,
Fucking
what
idiot.
a trash spy Bond was, yo. Go out there, keep a low profile. I'm gonna fuck the hottest bitch in Monaco every time I'm in this little city state. Dude, what a horrible spy.
Yeah, but he would get the job done. That's what made him so cool. He was like the Joe Namath of the spies. He out here
going.
fucking bitches.
I'm
he
liking
not really
this.
focused on the job. He mad flashy, wearing fucking ill-ass clothes.
Yup.
Always ordering his drinks cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Raping these bitches a little bit.
A little one.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little Me Too.
Son, what was that sentence even? You know, raping these bitches a little bit.
It's a little Me Too.
A little bit.
It's just a little bit. It's a little bit. It's a touch of rape.
So it's just a couple pumps after the first no, and then you're like, wait, you said no?
It's a skosh. It's a Scotia rape. It's a skosh. You know what I mean? It's a little Me Too-y. That's all. Just a
Oh,
smidge.
fuck. Okay.
A
Keep going.
thimbleful, right?
Yeah.
But they still got the job done. What did Joe Namath do while
Got
he
the
was
job
fucking
done.
bitches? He won a Super Bowl. Biggest upset in Super Bowl history.
So as long as you get the job done, it doesn't matter who you fuck. That's basically
Hell,
England's, or what does he
yeah.
work for in England? What are they called?
MI6.
MI6. So that's like MI6's. That's MI6's rule. It's
How
like
can I be? This is the guy that gets the job done. He doesn't get a job done. He gets the job done.
maybe that's the thing. Like the tougher the job, the less they care about your personal life.
If you get the job done, we can accept how you got there.
Because there's so few people that can actually get the job done. They can't even have quarrels about what you're doing or qualms or whatever that shit is.
Look at Dennis Rodman.
Exactly. So few people that can
When
do what
it's
you do.
really high stakes,
Yup.
whatever you do to get me that win at
Yeah.
such a high, like when it's government shit
Yeah.
or NBA championship, these are millions and millions of dollars on the line. You fuck some bitches along the way and you party too much. I don't care.
That's
I don't
Bruce
care.
Willis in Armageddon.
Bruh, yes. What'd he do?
Who could drill into the asteroid?
Bruce Willis.
Only a
Bruce
team
Willis?
of, tough-nosed drillers
But who was he raping?
with crazy personal life. What?
Who was he raping?
Well, no, he didn't have any female love interest besides his daughter in that movie.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. But he had a, I don't know what you call them. There's a term they use when you have like a collection of like ruffians. What are they called? Like
What's it? Motley Crue.
a motley crew. Oh, that was sick.
Yeah, I killed that shit.
killed
Yo,
that shit,
high
boy.
five to COVID. You know?
Damn, dogs. No, we out here with the COVID fives, bro. We
that's
back,
what's up,
bro.
yo.
We
That's
fucking
up.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, back.
Okay.
We need to get that antibody test real quick.
What?
We got to get that antibody test done on the podcast. Anybody can administer that. Holler.
Son, ain't no fucking COVID, bro.
Mark, this was you a week ago.
No, he's back. We red pilled him again.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
no.
back. I'm
yeah,
back.
we back. He got back. He had a nice little long convo with someone he cares dearly about, and then he's
Yeah.
back.
I'm protesting next week.
Okay. Okay. I know. All right. Fair
A
enough.
motley crew of diggers. I think they were digging or something like that.
Whoa. Okay. Be careful.
Yo,
dog.
son.
Yo, dude,
Oh
that
my
shit
God.
was
Someone sent me
hard.
this DM, bro. And Mark said he had sent it me before, but I didn't look at it. Do you know what?
Whoa.
Steve Kerr's
No, I got it.
son's
I got
name.
it. Yeah, yeah. Do you know what's? You know.
We got a tweet
you
about
know, No, I got it. Al tried to cover the fuck up. Al tried to cover the fuck up with a whoa. Like it's like when my dad's about to call my girl another girl's name because he
Oh,
can't
yeah.
remember shit. So I'll be like, Dad, this is my girlfriend.
Steve Kerr's son's name.
Steve Kerr's son's name. One of his sons' name is Nick. Now, why don't you pronounce his son's name?
Full name,
Al?
first and last.
Oh, Nick Kerr. Okay. That's cool.
That's a little close if you work with a lot of big black guys.
Yeah, he still remember that Jordan slap. I don't think I'm gonna forget that shit.
Whoa. You think that's why he did it?
I think it was in his mind.
Dog. Nick Kerr.
We're gonna name him after Michael, but his name is Nick. I know.
Such a random Nicholas Kerr. You have to go
Nicholas
Nicholas.
Kerr. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
You can't even-
the moment somebody put that together for him, I bet you they include his middle name every time they say his name.
Every time.
Every time.
Like Michael B. Jordan. You
Yeah,
got to do
you
that
gotta do that.
to mix it up. Nicholas Kerr. You can't be even Nicky Kerr.
Yo, chill.
That's close. Nicky Kerr?
So, like
That's
that.
close, right?
Yo, we might have to get rid of the name Nicky, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. That's
We
just a
gotta
little.
edit this. You got chills.
We got to edit this. Nicky Kerr?
No, someone might edit this. That's what I'm saying. Just chill.
It's Patreon, baby.
N. Kerr.
Yeah, it's Patreon. We good.
Nicholas.
Nicholas Kerr.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Nick
guys.
Kerr.
It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I won't say it. Can't say that word.
fuck.
Can Akaash say it?
Nah, bro, I don't do that shit.
No, I'm not asking you.
Like, I don't know. I think like 6 years ago, Akaash. I don't know about now. He was like hood when he came from Texas.
From Dallas.
Yeah. So it's like I would have believed that. Oh, you just grew up around black people, and you one of the dudes that.
Yo, Asshole Army family. Question. You know how you guys have questions for us? We have a question for you. Can Akaash say the N-word? Answer in the comments. We'll read the answers back on the live show.
You get a whole lot of no.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. You know what's funny is
We're about to find out how many black patrons we have right now.
Right.
Tunji Taylor Lewis says.
It's like this is our way of doing the census, guys.
Oh, fuck.
We're gonna census. Bro, you want to get everyone in America to fill out the census, or at least the white people? Let us drop an M-word on that shit.
And ask black people if white people can say the N-word.
Yep.
Everybody returning that thing.
Oh, that's
my
how you
God.
gotta get the information. You gotta incentivize people with the things they want.
Yep.
Right? White people fill out this form. You get one N-word. Boom. All filling it out.
Oh, yo.
Actually, the racists are like, I've been saying that.
But now I get to write it, though.
Say what?
And writing it on an official document, that's
Write
all
it.
right.
Say you get one N-word. Okay, how do we get black
can't
people to
even
fill out
spell
the
it.
census?
Ask, can white people say the N-word? This is the official policy
yeah.
of the United States.
Son, if you ask
For the
black
next
people,
10
white
years.
people, oh man.
Oh, yo, can white people say the M-word? And by the way, fill out some of this other
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You bet.
yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
They fill it
we
out
will
twice.
Not, we will not count incomplete surveys.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
genius,
Black
bro.
Twitter gonna be like, that's how they exclude us.
Bro, okay, how do you get Indians? Because Indians don't care.
I don't know, bro. I don't think we would respect any of it.
Really?
I don't think we would be respecting shit.
No tipping for 1 year.
Oh.
Look at how excited he
Let me
got.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you think we were tipping before, you're out of your fucking mind. Give us an incentive we can actually use. Well, we gonna keep not tipping? Fuck out of here, yo.
Okay, what about Chinese? How do we get the Asians? How do we get them Asians to fill out the census?
Oh, no, man. Something about Wuhan. Who you think started Wuhan?
Mark, how do we get Asians to fill out the census?
Do you like white dudes? They're all gonna answer yes. There you go.
Are Asians responsible for coronavirus?
There you go. That's what I was trying to do. Something about Wuhan.
But they got to keep it a buck.
Nah, but they all gonna say no, and then everybody non-Asian's gonna say yes.
But who's responsible?
And that's how you
then?
know.
If
That's
they
how you
didn't
know
do
the
it, who
Asians.
did it? Oh, that's how you know who's Asian.
Yeah.
Then you know the exact percentage of Asians.
Boom.
No, because you're gonna have some cucked out fucking white people like, we don't know who really did it, right? Maybe we put it there. Mark, what does Ezra Klein have to say about it?
Yo, he's really a nice guy, dude. Yeah, he's really a nice, smart guy.
oh man.
I think we got to find a way. Asians, how do we get patrons? Yo, we're gonna ask a lot of questions for y'all today. How do we get every Asian to sign the census or fill out the census? How do we inspire them?
I don't put that shit in a fortune cookie.
Do they like fortune cookies?
That's white people for it.
Yo, that's a great question. Why do they even do the fortunes in the characters? Because I don't think Asians are eating fortune cookies, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't.
Do
think-
they even give it to them? You think if an Asian person comes and picks up the Chinese food, they throw the fortune cookie?
That's
insulting.
hey Patreon. I would love to know that.
That's insulting, dude.
How differently do you get treated at the Chinese restaurant? I bet they got real meat in the back for the Asians.
What?
Oh yeah, no, they definitely got a different menu.
Yeah.
They got an Asian only menu.
Yeah,
And that's where the fucking real meat is while we're eating pigeon.
Yeah.
But they don't even eat real meat.
That's true. Yeah.
Why? You sure they don't save the wet market for them? You think there's a full wet market?
When an Asian says chicken, you think they know that means bat?
I think they're going, chicken fried rice. Oh, yeah. I also had some. Yo, do you think? Oh, this is fucked up. But let's go. But do you think in like romantic movies in Asia, right? Like when the male lead like winks at like the girl. Do you think that they wink, or it's already so close that like it wouldn't be seen that much? Like, because like, what if you winked but you were just like this? And you're like you wouldn't even notice really.
That's when it has to be the Disney movie. You have to add the little twinkle and
you gotta have a sound effect. Yo, what do you think? You think that's why they invented this? They invented the gun finger point, so there could be a difference. Still, it's like, of course, white people are gonna wink because our eyes open so fucking wide and then close.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's why they're bad at flirting in Japan, probably.
Because there's just no way.
Because there's no nuance. You can't subtly wink at someone.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they do it?
That's where they do the kapor thing, where like they bang the wall.
Now.
What is this?
I love that shit.
What?
How they flirt?
What? How do they
like
flirt?
when they're around a girl that they like, they just start like knocking on the wall and shit and getting like close to her. That shit is
Do it in an Asian accent, though.
Dude,
Yeah,
let's get primal,
They
man.
call that shit kabe don. It literally means wall smack.
And
so,
that's how you let a girl know you trying to fuck.
So it's like they're so bad at flirting they had to put it in anime to teach dudes how to flirt. I swear to God.
Because they knew that they were going to watch
So
it.
literally it's like you walk into a girl, you're like, all right, you're hot. I walk up to you, I smack the wall.
Right.
And
Careful.
then I'm in front of you and I just like look in your eyes and I talk in a really deep voice. And I say like, hey, my name's Steve.
Now, do they slap the wall and then do they do that run where their hands are behind their face? What is that run called?
That Naruto run, bro.
Yeah, do they Naruto run over? And then they just get over to them. Is that how you do it? I mean, the girls are so wet by the time you get there.
Yeah, exactly. The drill hit their face and everything.
Yeah, dude. They rip a tentacle out of their pussy and they say, let's fuck.
Kamehameha all over their face.
Yeah, exactly. Bro,
Yo, you know what, though? That's not a bad system because it's mad straightforward.
Son, you gotta admire the culture.
Yo, letting bitches know what time it is the best.
What is this stupid shit we're doing here? Oh, I'm gonna nag you. Nag? I'm gonna nag you. I'm gonna make fun of you, blah, blah, blah. So then you like me and then we go
Yeah.
fuck and then I break your heart. If you just go, and then bang the fucking wall, the girl is abundantly clear what you want.
Yes, intentions are clear.
Intentions are clear, not this like, oh, let me wink at you.
Son, that's the best.
Yeah, but after the banging, then they like get close to him and start talking to him. Like, how does the girl get out of that?
They just go face to face.
Yeah, like it's like the girls are stuck.
No, when they're face to face, you have to.
How close are they, son? Maybe he's just trying to put his chest on her titties.
bro, that's why they call it fucking.
They're the closest two people can be face to face. Son, my big ass nose. When me and my girl face to face, I still need to push my lips out hella far, and I still can't even reach.
Andrew can face to face and social distance at the same time.
Bro, I'm face to face like, yo, you try to hang out later? Hey, babe, come in the room.
Bro, that's why they call it Eskimo kisses, bro.
Because their eyelashes could actually touch.
No, Eskimo kisses when you do the nose shit.
Oh, I thought Eskimo kisses when you go like that. That's butterfly kisses.
That's butterfly, bro.
Oh, Eskimo kisses, you rub the nose.
Because they're mad Asian about it.
They are, dude. They're probably holding a fish in their mouth or something like that. Those fucking half otter people. Yo, Eskimos real talk are really part otter when you think about it. No, they not. You saying Eskimos probably just didn't dip their head in a fucking lake and pull out a goddamn fish, and then their girlfriend's like, "Why aren't you home?" And then they're like, "Babe, I'm sorry," and then they just go. You don't think that's how it works?
I don't have proof otherwise.
I wanna go. Can I be honest?
Be honest, please.
I would like to be an Eskimo for a week. Like, I would like to do an adventure.
Do they have igloos?
Huh?
Do they have igloos?
Yo, can we ask you a question about this igloo shit? How you cut the blocks so perfect? They're like ice pyramids.
Yo.
And nobody talks about that.
Because they're mad small is the thing. Can we see what a real pyramid, what you call that shit? Igloo?
Did you just hit the W when it was an R again, dude?
Maybe.
You went Elmer Fudd again?
Rear. I think I said rear,
Can we
but
see
maybe
a
I
wheel?
said rear.
Can we see a wheel pyramid?
I be doing this shit, yo. I be doing this shit. Son.
I want to see a wheel pyramid.
Can we see it? Let's see a
have
real
a
one
list
real
as a
quick.
kid?
Real quick.
Real quick.
Really quickly.
That looks really warm. Bro, think of how genius. No, we gotta talk about this.
So that shit is beautiful.
Son, think about how much trial and error, right? It took to learn that making a home out of cold shit made it warmer.
Brilliant, yo. Brilliant.
Son, you're walking in the cold, right? You're like, this cold shit makes my feet cold. This cold shit makes my hand cold. You're throwing snowballs around, right? And then somebody was like, yo, I bet if we take that cold shit and add more cold shit to it and create a dome of just cold shit, it's gonna be hot.
That sounds like Andrew Science, bro.
That's why science isn't real, Mark.
That sounds like mad Andrew Science. Literally, it was an Andrew ass Eskimo being like, yo, son, yo, check me out, son, yo. Yo, if you had like, yo, look, if you were to get like ice is cold, but my house is warm, if I had my ice as my house, would it be warm or not warm? And then Eskimo Akaash was like, what are you talking about? That's literally what happened, bro. That's how they invented that.
Can we acknowledge how insane this is?
I think maybe they just needed to build a structure that would like withstand this cold, and they were like, "This is all we got."
The wind, guys, you fucking idiots! Like,
what you mean to block the wind?
it's to block the wind. The wind is the coldest fucking thing.
Why are they worried about the wind? The eyes are closed. They already got the seal's fur on. What's the wind got to do with anything?
Otters don't care about wind.
Say what?
Otters don't care about the wind.
You ever seen an otter care about wind? You ever seen an otter go, hey, grab my windbreaker? I gotta go do my otter activities, but I need my windbreaker.
Never seen an otter do that. No,
That's all I'm saying. They're not worried about no wind, bro. When you're inside the igloo, Al, have you ever been inside an igloo?
Not a good one, but yeah.
You have. And is it not cozy in that bitch?
It's a little cozy, yeah.
That's
Been
what I'm
inside an
saying.
igloo?
Like, you know when you're a kid and you make like a cave or whatever?
Son,
Like,
I've
we
been
got
inside
the
an
cave.
igloo,
Yeah.
bro. It's cozy. And you take one little candle and you put it inside there and it warms the whole fucking igloo. Something about the candle, like... What is it, Mark? Look it up. There is some truth to this. It's like for whatever reason.
A closed space, and so it's your body heat, the candle
Yeah,
heat,
your body heat also.
the breath from your air, everything staying inside.
It's
that.
lit.
If you get too many people in the igloo, does it start to melt the igloo because global warming and all that?
No, for some reason, no.
Wild.
I'm telling you. I missed the joke you made, but I just got it right now. My bad on that one. That was funny. That was
So
funny.
good. So good.
I like how you just kept the root moving too.
No, you got it. You got to take it.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. I think I know how they developed the igloo. I think there was no igloo initially. Obviously, you would just fall asleep on the snow, right? Right though? Right? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So then, Mark, look it up and make sure I'm, close. Then,
I don't know what to Google.
Look up the thing I haven't said yet. Make sure I'm close.
that's how good Mark is at Google, son. Mark about to find out what I haven't said. All right, boom. So
He's like, Reddit. What's Andrew thinking?
So they fell asleep in the snow. Huge snowfall that night. Huge. They woke up, snow everywhere. First First reaction, absolute panic. Oh my God, I'm fucking covered in snow. Second reaction, it's hot under this bitch. It's hot under this bitch. It's a little toasty under this bitch. Once I get out of here, I'm going to utilize all this fucking snow cover.
I don't think that's how it happened.
Really?
Because the snow is not going to be warm unless you make it a structure. Yeah.
No,
It can be cold.
snow is warm. Snow is warm.
Word.
Dogs.
This
Snow
shit is
is
impressive
warm.
that they thought of this. Real
Look
talk.
up the candle thing. Do you put a single candle inside an igloo? Look that up.
Yeah,
And why?
We need to go back and find all those people who died in avalanches and see their warm bodies buried in the snow. We
Man,
gotta find-
toasty under
I'll be
there.
honest, I think they died of boredom.
they might have died from heat.
They might have been burning
They might
up.
have went, it's so hot. It's a sauna underneath all this snow.
That was the last breath.
Yeah.
That was the last breath.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It was a hot one, that last breath. I mean that. Imagine you underneath all that snow and you got your North Face. Shit. That's what they're probably doing while they're tumbling down the mountain. They're like, let me get this shit off so I don't burn up once this avalanche covered me.
Oh, fuck.
Now, why do they have the candle in the igloo, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, they try to have a whole fire.
Why are you having him Google this like this proves your point about how they made up igloos? We're disputing your point. You're like, Mark, look this up. Some other shit I said earlier that we all agreed with. Look that up. Now what?
So this some
Wait,
person
are we
says-
all on the same page about,
the candle?
About the candle?
Sure, I can believe one candle.
That's where it
warms up that
starts,
small
Akaash.
ass
It
place.
starts with one belief. It starts with one belief, Akaash, and then we build on that.
That's
okay?
like you red pill somebody.
I don't know if you've noticed this. The pill is inside you, dog.
Oh shit.
The pill is inside you,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
Yeah. I Cosby'd you with that pill. You thought you were taking that pill, but you've been red pilled, bro. We're talking about igloos, bro. God must have come down, bang.
Yeah, so you
You know what I'm saying?
you
And they
light
were
it-
like, yo, God, do me a favor, don't give me an igloo. Give me a new place to live. This shit sucks, bro. The fuck we doing in the snow all the time?
So you light a candle, you let the interior warm up a little bit, and it kind of melts a little bit of the
And it
inside,
solidifies the
and
inside.
then you open up the door and it lets the cold air in, and then it like freezes it. So that way you don't just have blocks; it has like a wall. I don't really know how that helps.
So
the
you
point,
you
but-
go in there, you close it, you light the candle. The inside does start to melt, like you guys were saying, right? And then when you open up that little part, the bottom, that cold air comes in and it freezes that ice,
And now it becomes ice as opposed to just snow.
and then it stops the. What were you worried about in the beginning? Winds,
Oh, there you go.
son. I just called to say I love you. I mean, like, for real. We just figured out igloos on this podcast.
Bro, you a real Eskimo, bro.
Say what?
You a real Eskimo.
I really want to do that, though. I do want to take a week, and I just want to live in nature, but cold nature.
Cold nature.
I want
But you hate the cold the
the
most.
elements.
Cold
What?
nature might be less scary than hot nature. Hot nature got fucking snakes and God knows what other animals
Keep
ready
on
to
it,
kill
keep
you.
on it, keep
Africa
on it.
nature, that's fucking lions and
Keep on
tigers
it.
and bears. Oh my!
Keep on it,
You know what I
dog.
mean? But cold nature, it's just you and that one element, cold.
Cold.
And a polar bear. Who?
A polar bear.
How often you can see a polar bear?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're good.
You got that shit. Be dead serious, dead honest. You and a polar bear sitting there, right? Polar bear is coming to attack you and your girl, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you're doing?
Come on.
In that moment, save it. Save it. What are you doing? In that moment, it's you and your girl.
It's me and my girl.
Yup. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm fighting this polar bear, yo. Straight up. Running into the igloo. Hey, baby, get in the igloo. I'll take care of this. And then I'm going to just run as fast as I can away from everybody.
So
never
you
come
would
back.
leave her in the igloo?
Oh, yeah.
100%. Mark.
Throw that motherfucker Coca-Cola snowboard down.
Got him.
Got him.
Damn, I was gonna throw in my girls.
Fuck. I'm really trying to think. In that moment.
You got to die for your girl. Otherwise, you're going to have to live and listen to this bitch nag you for the rest of your life about how you weren't willing to die for her.
And then you wanna die anyway.
Hey, I'd rather just die quickly. Get it over with, yo.
Yo, okay. I think that we might have had this discussion before, but let's talk about it. Do you think you could juke a polar bear? Because I'll be honest with you.
Next time.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I've seen them polar bears. My mom loves nature shows for some reason. And I see these polar bears walking, mad pigeon-toed.
Yo, they are little pigeons.
Right? Goofy
They are
ass
little
polar
pigeons.
bears. And I feel like if they were chasing me and I hit them with a hard juke, I could definitely get away from a polar bear. I honestly believe that I could do that. Hard juke.
I hate trying to dissect this logic.
No.
I
Go
hate
on
it.
it. Go on it.
A juke moves you how far? What, 4 or 5 inches?
Say what?
A juke, when you juke, you just like this much, right?
Yep.
A polar bear is this wide. He don't give a fuck about your little stupid ass shoulder juke. He doesn't have to follow your shoulders. He can just keep running straight and kill you.
But I'm no longer running straight. I'm running crooked.
How crooked?
I'm running sideways.
But a polar bear's speed is 25 miles per hour.
I can run faster than that. Maybe not in the snow.
So on a treadmill, you can hit 25 speed,
What's 10?
10 miles an hour.
That's what 10 is, bro?
Yes, you fucking idiot.
Damn, bro. 10's quick. I'm not gonna lie, bro. 10, honestly, 10's so fast, like when I turn it up to 10 and it goes a little over, I'm like, oh shit. Like I might fall off this bitch, you know?
Yeah.
So, and a polar bear can run 25 on a treadmill.
Yeah.
That polar bear's just
I'm not gonna beat it on a straightaway.
You can beat it with agility.
I think I could beat it with agility.
Yeah.
I think I could beat it with agility, and I think I could like get behind a tree and then do some like Roger Rabbit shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You mean Bugs Bunny?
whatever, one of them. It's
What's
a rabbit.
What's some Bugs Bunny shit?
But you know, it's like, oh, you thought I was gonna go this way, and then trick them. I'm just saying, guys.
You really are just saying.
Yeah, that's
Look,
that
I
is-
didn't mean to bring this podcast to a screeching halt, but I will bring these polar bears to a screeching halt with these fucking juke moves. I'm telling you, I think I could survive it. I really do believe. I really do. I think people that get killed by bears deserve it.
All right,
you
what
seen
about
a bear?
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
You haven't seen a bear in person.
Also, their head is always down.
Oh,
What is it? That's where you are when they're eating you.
I
Like,
think I could jump over it.
oh
I think if it was, can I just go?
Yeah, go.
I think if it was coming at me, no, I really, Akaash, help me with this. This is what I would do.
I can't.
Come
I
on,
really
come
can't.
on, come on, come on.
Okay,
This is what I would do. Okay. Genuinely speaking, this is what I would do. Right? Alex, can you see us in this wide? Okay. You're the polar bear, right?
Right.
Can you go back?
Okay.
But you're not. You're running on your
Akaash, bring
hands
your-
and feet.
Akash, bring your mic up.
Bring your mic up so you can see. Right.
Yeah.
So you're running on hands and feet. Right.
Right.
If go hands and feet. Right.
Right.
If I'm up here, it's gonna make you come up. Okay? So as you're running towards me,
What the fuck are you talking about?
if I'm standing straight up,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna make the polar bear launch up at you. But I'm gonna actually come down here.
oh, you're gonna trick them.
Trick them. So now you're coming down low to get me. You're going super low. Go super low,
Yeah.
even lower.
Okay.
Right? Last second, barrel roll over the top. And then you go flying that way, and then I run away.
You know what the most accurate part of that was?
What?
Is that you had me be a polar bear.
That was good.
Oh, God. All right, guys. Just trying to save everybody's fucking life here with the wildlife, you know?
Yo, speaking of racist sports stuff, I don't know if this was a headline when it happened, but it was something that I saw recently that blew my mind.
Okay.
That when Yao Ming went to Miami for his first game, they gave out 8,000 fortune cookies in the arena for promotion.
That's hilarious.
Is it racist? You're saying, is it racist?
Yeah, here's the polar bear shit.
Oh my God, son. Right now, if y'all are watching the video, here's a polar bear about to attack a man inside, I don't know, like a glass.
This is an incredible thing. Have you seen this?
No.
Unbelievable.
What's happening though? Can we get some audio?
Yeah, so I just sent this to Al. Basically, it's this BBC photographer inside a cage with echo.
Hey, bear.
And this polar bear is like going to sniff him.
Hey, bear.
And this is like the power of the polar bear. He's just like
The
checking them
bear's
out.
nose is thousands of times more powerful than
That
mine.
echo, yo.
It's gathering in.
All right, we're just gonna mute it. Okay, so now, oh my God, it's way bigger than I
Yeah,
thought.
that's a big.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
So he's just inside this device that doesn't have any wheels or anything like that. It's just a protective cage,
Yeah, exactly.
like a shark cage.
Protects you
but-
from the wind, from animals, whatever.
right, and it's not too warm. There's holes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the polar bear is like, I'm gonna eat this motherfucker.
And he's starting to get mad curious. And apparently what they do is like they'll try to take out seal dens. So like seals live in dens apparently. And what they do is polar bears will go on top of the dens and crush them.
Oh shit.
And like they crush the dens and like kill some of the seals. Some of the seals run out and then so that's how they get all the seals.
Oh, so they're kind of smart.
Yeah, the polar bear is actually trying to figure out how to break into this thing right now.
And then
He's
eventually
like got his hands on it. He's moving his
Oh
paws all
my
around.
God.
He just tried his mouth to break with his glass. He's like actively trying to kill this man.
those claws are massive.
But like curiously, not just attacking like an idiot. He's like trying to figure out the weak point in this glass structure. Got paws everywhere, testing teeth. Can I get through? He's not angry. He's just like he's like Michael Jordan. Like, how do I kill this guy?
Yeah. He's not even worried that the guy could kill him.
Yeah.
And then eventually he like kind of climbs up on top of it. Oh my goodness. And then he just goes away. He goes, all right, fuck that shit. I'm out.
So yeah, you outrunning that?
I might have to rethink my strategy with the polar bears,
Like,
man.
do you see how massive that thing is? I don't think you ever saw a bear in person. That's probably why.
Nah.
Yeah, I've
not-
never seen it in
When the fuck
person.
have you seen a bear in person?
Nah, we saw it
I went
at
to
the
Bronx Zoo.
zoo. Didn't we all go to a zoo somewhere and
yeah.
saw bears?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're big.
Bro, there used to be mad bears in my backyard in
And
Florida.
like that fucking reach is like this. So you try to juke, it just has to stick its arm out. So,
They can also
you ain't
climb
getting that
trees
far.
crazy.
Fuck.
We pulled up in our driveway one time. This little black bear climbed up the tree, mad athletic, and just fucking
Black
dipped.
ones?
But let me know how that goes.
Yeah. All right, what else we got, bro? Akaash, what else you want to talk about?
What else? Let me look at that topic.
But
list.
is
Megan
fortune
Rapinoe says
cookies-
she might be.
Oh yeah, it was the passing out fortune cookies when Yao Ming is there.
Yeah, is that racist?
I mean, would it be racist to pass out like
so, yo,
pizza
come
if
on.
Gallinari was playing? Remember, what is that guy? Something Gallinari?
They're not like heckling him. It's just they're trying to relate. It's a little stupid because they don't realize it's not Chinese. But like, who gives a fuck?
But it is interesting that they would do it for an opposing team, a player of an opposing team.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they're trying to not
If
be
it was-
racist, they're
yeah,
just Florida.
if it was your team, I don't think it's bad. When it's the opposing team, it's like, why are you marketing the player of the opposing team?
Because he's an international draw, and like
They want all the Asians from Miami
Yes.
to come. So
it is hilarious that they were like fortune cookies. They would probably love.
that's the best
that's
idea.
hilarious.
But it's not racist. It's just stupid.
They asked Yao Ming what he thought, and he had never seen a fortune cookie before. So he said, "I don't know. I don't know what this means."
Do you think that they're so small to him he just thought they were croissants? They kind of look like it.
Does he crush that shit?
Anyway, okay. What are we thinking?
Yo, did you guys see this artist accusing Jay-Z of stealing his toilet paper?
No. What's this?
So this was Jay-Z's engineer, Young Guru. He was on Instagram Live. He was talking to this artist that they work with in the UK.
Okay,
and the
Bullets.
artist is like losing his bullets. And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, the artist is losing his mind. Like, you can tell he's like kind of off with it.
Yeah.
And Guru's trying to help him out as much as he can, but the guy's just insistent on speaking to Jay-Z and asking him about his toilet paper. It's fucking hilarious. And then Jay-Z starts to, oh yeah, damn, is it the echo?
I don't know how amazing your memory
My
is.
God, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You told me that though. I appreciate that. That's real.
so
I'm
the reason
so lost, James. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
the reason I'm saying that, Jay, is because you got an amazing memory. So don't feign a bad memory when I tell you you stole my leather backpack with my aloe vera toilet paper in it. It was you. It was you.
I have no idea what you're doing.
Jay, it was you. It was you. You stole my aloe vera toilet. Look, here's the thing. Would you get the billionaire greatest rapper of all time that has everything? Homemade by his mum aloe vera toilet paper. It was you, Jay. It was you. I went through all the suspects that from the gold party. All through the just
Jay is with the engineer, but he doesn't show his face on the screen. So basically, it's like this guy has wanted to speak to Jay-Z for the longest. Jay-Z ignores his calls, everything. The one time you get to speak to Jay-Z, they happen to be at a party together. And so at the party, he had homemade aloe vera toilet paper inside of a leather book bag, and somebody stole it. And he has spoken to every single person at that party except Jay-Z. So his one opportunity to speak to Jay-Z, he asks him, did you steal? He accuses him of stealing.
I think he stole that shit. Yo.
Son, real talk, maybe.
Hey. Just think about it. You get to a certain level of success and wealth where you could steal and people go, nah, he wouldn't steal. Like that's what happened with those bitches in LA, all those actress bitches. Remember they were going to the department stores and stealing all that stuff? Winona Ryder. Yeah. There were all these rich girls that would go around and they'd rob these fancy department stores because literally you could walk out and your bag beeps and then you look at the security like, I'm Brad Pitt. I'm Winona Ryder. Like, I'm not stealing nothing. What are you talking about? And they let you go with all the merch. Jay-Z saw that fucking toilet paper. He saw that backpack and he's like, that's mine.
And it's a big deal to steal toilet paper now. Like, it's probably just started getting to him. He's probably shitting, wiping his hands because he's.
I wish I had my aloe vera toilet paper.
It's homemade aloe vera toilet paper. How do you even make that?
I don't know.
Only his mom knows.
Son, I think he stole that shit. Dead ass. Dead ass.
Maybe she passed away. Maybe that's the last thing he had of hers. You know what I mean? How dare you, Jay-Z?
Oh my God, bro. Jay-Z stole that fucking toilet paper. Jay-Z stole that fucking toilet paper. Why would he not?
He don't even care about the backpack. You know, back in the day, people were breaking your car just to get the stereo?
Yeah.
That's Jay-Z with the toilet paper.
100%.
I'm taking the backpack. It's for this toilet paper.
You think he knew the toilet paper was inside?
100%.
He smelt it.
100%.
He do
that big ass nose.
He got a nose on him.
Somebody aloe vera? Where's that coming from? And he probably didn't talk to anybody at the party because he was on all fours like Scooby-Doo, just sniffing around for the aloe vera.
Dude, that is what?
Somewhere in the video, Jay-Z's like, wait, so you saying you haven't wiped your ass since this party?
That's great. That's fucking great. Was the party recent?
Nah, I think it was like back in Christmas.
Well, it had to be before the, pandemic.
Yeah, it was like around Christmas time.
Hey, real talk, this shit was recent. Like right when Corona's popping up in China.
Yeah.
And now it's a thing. And then by February, everybody's fucking freaking out. There's no toilet paper. You probably thinking back like, my mom made me fucking toilet paper. And you stole it from me. You son of a bitch.
Why did he bring toilet paper to the party?
His mom made it for him. He probably stopped at his mom's house before the party.
And he probably doesn't like to wipe his ass with any other toilet paper, so he carries around his own toilet paper.
That's another thing. You want to carry around your wet wipes because you don't know if at the party they're gonna have that shit. Mm-hmm. You don't want to wipe your ass with some dry ass toilet paper.
You know they're not. Matter of fact, it's your mom's homemade aloe vera toilet paper.
Do people walk around strapped with toilet paper?
I think they do sometimes.
They should.
I think they wear the wet wipes, or they would not wear them, but they bring them. The wet wipes are very important.
Yeah, I carry wet wipes.
Do you really?
Yeah.
When we travel.
Here's the thing that I'm curious about. We
Mark only uses wet wipes in place of bathing.
What?
You're gonna use your shower on your ass? Like the fuck?
Guys, we're all missing something very important here. What does aloe do?
Moisturize?
No, it actually
cools.
Cools and heals, right? But cools, you put aloe on a sunburn, right? Aloe is the main ingredient. Anything that's a cooling sensation, right? Healing sensation. It's healer. It's a healer as well, aloe, right? A natural healer. Go there. What is happening when Bullet shits that he needs aloe on his toilet paper? Or is there something else happening in between shits that he would need to heal and cool down his asshole?
Oh, that's different. I was going to take it a different way.
Okay, go.
If you need to cool down your asshole, what kind of food are you probably eating? Spicy food?
Spicy
Who do we know for a fact carries hot sauce in her bag? Swag.
My God.
Oh,
my God.
Shit.
Whoa. That was fire. Corona slaps on that ass.
Yo, Jay-Z needs that toilet paper.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. And then Jay-Z goes, I got Bullet's bag, swag. You remember when he said that shit on the remix?
Wow. I got aloe in my bag, swag. I got aloe in his bag, swag.
That's it. Oh my God, teepee with the aloe. See me on the shallow. Bro, Jay-Z stole that fucking
Yo,
backpack.
Jay-Z stole that shit, yo.
That's foul, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
You know how Jay-Z likes to like hold down rappers that are on the rise.
My man is.
Maybe he saw bullets coming. Maybe he was nervous. He saw that UK rap really popping off.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
like, this is someone I
watching
cannot
Top
compete.
Boy.
Watching that Top Boy, he's like, I cannot compete with this dude. I need to throw him off his game. I need to chop up his ass.
How does Bullet rap?
Say what?
How does Bullet rap?
Victor Luto! Victor Luto! Victor Luto! On the streets where we share a gun. Whole community share one gun.
Yo, freestyle by Aloe, bro.
You always-
Do a diss track on Jay-Z.
Okay.
About stealing his
Okay.
Aloe.
Okay. I go into African every time.
I don't believe it.
I sound like a warlord at the end of this.
Does Eddin Amin hop on this track?
How do you do English accent again? Was it fix up, look sharp?
Oh.
Okay. Aloe. Okay. Oh. Yeah, right. Me want. No, that's.
It's immediately Jamaican.
Jay-Z, stop my aloe.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very mean fellow. I can only wipe my ass shallow. Because I don't have the toilet paper with my aloe.
Put a beat on that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fire. Yeah. Oh, I come from the streets. Yeah, we got welfare and everybody has something to eat, but it is really tough. Yes, it's really scary. Jay-Z took my beats, and he took my TV. Then he take it. I cannot stop. I have to eat some crumpets and some biscuits with my tea. Crumpets, tea. Crumpets, tea,
And biscuits.
Dip, that back.
Yo, that's hot fire. Like Jay-Z's asshole, bro.
Here, bro.
Fire.
Like his asshole. That shit took it out of me, bro.
That was bars, son.
Fix up, look sharp, dog. Come on, bro. Fix up, look sharp. What I say that they rap like?
Like Kim Jong-il getting ready for work or something?
Yeah. Something like Kim. Hold. Yeah. They got no rhythm.
Oh, man.
UK rappers got no rhythm, huh?
I hate that shit. Grime.
Did y'all see this Jason Derulo shit?
Son, I see
That can't
one
be
of his-
real, son. Come on now.
Son, it's real.
There's no way.
Son, he's been doing the most on TikTok, but he has 20 million followers on TikTok.
Oh, he really going for
like
it.
he's going for it.
Jason Derulo don't
they
give a
took the
fuck.
video down.
He don't care about being cool. He don't care about whatever. He knows he's a good looking dude. That's it. He gonna win off that. He's a good looking dude who's just like, I'll win off that.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Oh, here we go. And that I actually wanted to ask that after we see this video, how stupid it is.
So, yo, you need
like
to
you
watch
missed
the
it.
video.
I seen it. I saw it.
Oh my god, yo! So he's trying to eat corn on the cob, but he attaches the corn cob to like a drill, and then
Yeah.
starts using the drill, letting it go, and then he's trying to eat it as it's spinning, and then he chips his tooth like a fucking idiot.
Because he goes to bite it, and that's where he fucked up.
Hey, have y'all seen this? I've always wanted to try it.
I don't know.
Son,
I mean,
it's real. Look at his teeth before. Where do you?
The
Where's
tooth
cut?
might already be like a cap.
Yeah.
yeah, I never chipped my tooth, but like that should be way more painful than he did, right?
Nah. The tooth is just like.
It could have already been
Like
a
a
cap.
bone
That's the
or-
only thing
Hey,
I
have
think.
y'all
It could have
seen this?
already been a cap, and then he lost his
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah, he got a shitty cap. I think, but that's what it is. I think he just got, when you get new teeth.
That's also fucking crazy
Oh,
to
the
do.
people who get the things over it.
and I think like all these guys who have these new teeth,
are they
like
called?
Pete Davidson has new
Veneers or
teeth,
some
and
shit
I think
like
they're
that?
like veneers. So I
Yeah.
think he like
Pippin got new teeth.
Pippen got new teeth. Like everybody gets new teeth,
He
right?
does have nice teeth.
So I think he just has veneers to give him like a beautiful smile.
Yeah.
And the veneer popped off.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he actually chipped a tooth with fucking corn or some shit. But that TikTok, man, should we get back on TikTok?
son, 20 mil. So I had a question, just like he's being corny on TikTok, but it's
Yeah.
working for him. He's like having immense success, fucking probably making money, whatever the case is there a level of too corny? Like, is it worth it?
I just wonder if that transitions into whatever he wants. Like, so he builds up his celebrity here. I don't know if that's going to transition into music, but it could transition to hosting a show. He could do like some Nick Cannon shit.
No, but he does music already. So it's like if he has millions of
his
people
music is also
watch
not
his music that's attached to one of his videos, those counts as streams.
His music isn't I don't find it like necessarily super corny, but it's definitely not cool. So for him to be corny on TikTok doesn't take away from his music.
I made an interesting point. I don't know if this is how streams work, but if your music is playing during your TikTok video that goes viral and you get counted that as a stream and you get paid per stream on your music, then it's a great money-making tool. He's found a way to monetize the corny. So he's always putting his songs in the background.
Yeah.
A minute play. I don't know if you get paid per stream on TikTok. I'm not sure.
I mean, it counts because that's how Drake's. You sure?
I don't think it counts as a stream on TikTok, but it will move the charts on like viral songs, I'm pretty sure, through like other streaming services.
Okay.
And then more people listen to it there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think is how it works. But it does have a direct
Drake's
relationship.
Tootsie Slide was #1 because it blew up on TikTok. Like, I don't think people were
But
just,
that doesn't
like,
necessarily
watching
mean
that song.
because you watched it on TikTok, it counts as a Spotify stream or whatever stream.
But I understand what you're saying. It's actually really smart. It's like, if you have an art, it's harder to do it necessarily with stand-up, but if you have music, for example, and you're doing these videos on social, you might as well put your own music there because it's going to promote your song. And I'm sure people are already doing this, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like reverse engineering it. Like, people made a dance about a song, right?
Yeah.
And then Drake tried to reverse engineering. He's like, yo, here's a song about a dance. And then you guys are going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's taking it one step further. He was like, yo, this shit got nothing to do with the song playing in the background, but you're going to watch this 20 million times because my teeth fell out.
yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's the Tekashi thing you said. Attention is currency. So to your point about being corny winning, whatever gets you attention right now, it's just, if you're cool with it, you're winning. You just got to be cool with the attention you're getting.
Facts.
If you're cool with it, you win.
I just think it's cool, like, if there's a monetization angle, because a lot of people just go, I want attention, and then they monetize outside of it, right? They're like, so Tekashi's like, I'm going to be wild, and then I'll drop a song, and you're going to go check out the song because I'm wild. But imagine he was monetizing the being wild as well.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I don't know that that's
That'd be
possible,
interesting.
but that'd be really fucking
But I think
smart.
that's like Doja Cat.
And he doesn't seem like a dumb guy, huh?
like Doja Cat, like that girl, the rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into this, bitch.
She just
funny.
makes like mad, like memeable songs. Like
Yeah.
the songs like really funny, and they got like these different like pieces to them, but like they're memeable, and then like they just pop on TikTok, and then people hear the song, they go, "Oh, that's kind of fire," and then it moves
Yeah.
the charts on Spotify.
What's her song? What's the big one? Like,
Say So was #1.
but
like
what, didn't she have something like I'm a cow or something like that?
Yeah, that was
that's
her.
how she first popped.
That was her first joint.
Because I feel like she's like the black female Danny Lopriori from Basement Yard.
Yeah.
You know, like Danny will put like a song that actually sounds fire. It's got rhythm and beat, but it's suck on my titties. Suck on my
I mean,
titties.
show
I
me
feel
your titties, yeah.
Yeah, or show me your titties, whatever.
Yeah.
And like Doja Cat will do some weird shit like that, but it's kind of fire. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, the beat's hot.
I saw a clip somebody retweeted of her on her IG live reading Young Thug lyrics in like a old Shakespearean accent, and she's got like the medieval knight shit on, and it's like, yo, this is funny.
Yeah.
Nah, she knows that she's doing that.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, I would say the new artists, they've developed and come up in the social media
Yeah,
age,
they grew up in
and they're
it.
doing a way better job of marketing themselves.
100%.
That's why like record companies are going to be gotta stay.
Obsolete.
Yeah.
Son, it's
They
a
market themselves. They do all the work.
They grew up
and they
marketing
don't need the
themselves.
record company to distribute the shit to Tower Records or distribute it to HMV or these places where you would buy the album. You're going to put your music right online anyway, which you can do yourself. You can literally submit it to Apple and be like, I'd like to sell this. And they go, okay.
Yeah.
It's that easy. You don't need Universal to submit it to them.
Yeah.
Universal gets you to radio plays. Radio's out of here.
The internet is cutting out every middleman slowly and slowly.
And this is interesting. I don't think, and I could be wrong. Maybe I'm absolutely wrong. I don't know if the record labels have influence over the playlists on the streaming sites. So I don't know
They're
if
definitely buying spots.
so.
Like
Again,
it's not proven, but it's almost certain. It's
so
like,
there's the same payola that happens on radio,
Radio
is now happening on Spotify for like our Get Turnt playlist,
Yeah.
right? Probably
the
100%.
song will come out that same day, and it's already on the playlist.
Independent people are now making playlists, and they are just like music curators, and then people pay them like directly. So like, let's say I'm just making playlists that have tons of follows. Like I could just make playlists that people like, and then record labels or artists come to me and say, "Yo, I'll give you 10,000. Put me on your playlist."
Wow. And that's how it happened on radio. So radio's done. And now the new
people still listen to radio, but it's not as big.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Radio's done in terms of like it having any kind of semblance of a future. But what radio was is just transitioning. Radio's not done. What will happen is people will just have the talking parts of it will exist in podcast format, and then the playlist parts of it, which people watch. We all went to sleep watching or woke up listening. Will be these playlists that exist on Spotify, Apple, etc. And the popular playlists will have monetization opportunities. Just like that. And you just slide a random song in the playlist, you get your 10,000, and nobody's that mad because you listen to 8 other songs that you like. It's really interesting.
Oh shit, I just thought of a dope idea. Radio should find a way where you can connect your own playlist to the radio station, because people tune in for radio for the personalities. So imagine if you can connect your own playlist to the radio station, so when they take their breaks or whatever music, you hear your own shit, but then you come back to the personality that you signed up for.
Brilliant, yo.
That'd be fucking dope.
Because now you're not changing the channel. You're like, oh, I do like this song.
Yeah.
Or low key.
Shit, I should cut that idea.
That's great. Put it out there. But low key, you should be able to skip songs
on the radio.
On radio. Yeah. So radio goes, okay, now we're going to play a song. If you don't like it, you skip to the next shit, skip to the next shit, skip to the next shit. And then it cuts the song that you're listening to off when they're ready to come back.
Yep.
So each person has a customized feed, but the same personality.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
Yeah.
That all you have to do is be more dynamic with the options that we have. It's very hard to it's no different like a restaurant. If you have a restaurant that has steak, right? And this restaurant also offers a baked potato, a side salad, all these other things. Or you could go to the other restaurant that doesn't offer any of those other things. You're like, well, fuck that. I'll go to the same steak and then get on the sides with it. Radio, add the sides, bro. We got a lot of shit going on over here.
Yeah, I don't know how easy that is technologically to give everybody a customized feed. Your shit there could be some program somebody could design somewhere where it's like, I still get Charlamagne in between the breaks of the songs I want to hear.
Even if it ain't customized, just make it skippable.
No, yeah, you could do that though. If like you were to make an app that you could import all your Spotify stuff into. And then literally, like a radio personality could be like, all right, I'm going to fade out your feed on your music right now, and I'm just going to start talking, and then I'm going to fade your feed back in.
Yeah.
Like literally as easy as that. So even if you're in the middle of a song, right at the beginning of a song, you might get cut off because you're skipping.
Yeah.
But like the radio personality would just be able to come in at 5-minute increments or whatever it is.
That's fire, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it'd be that complicated.
Say again?
It doesn't seem like it'd be like super complicated.
Nah. And it would just make the radio listening experience so much better.
Is the easier move or the quicker move going to be Spotify just starts paying radio shows to just come to Spotify?
I mean, that's already happening.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing podcasts, but they're doing like, now let's go get terrestrial radio. Let's go get the Breakfast Club and just bring them to Spotify.
Son, if they haven't called up the Breakfast Club, they're fucking crazy. If they haven't called up, what's another big radio? I don't know if they would call Elvis, because
we can't even name big radio
Elvis
shows.
Duran or whatever.
Yeah, no, that is a big one, but it is crazy that we can't.
Big Boy.
When I was young, I knew every
single.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? What happened is so radio, there wasn't any money in it, and as there's less money in it, you have less of a budget to pay talent, right?
Yeah.
So it was really interesting what happened with the Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club was this massive sensation. It was the best, morning show that we've seen since Star and Buck Wild, and better than that. It was just fucking unreal. And at the same time, radio budgets are dipping, and it's actually cheaper to syndicate a show than pay a host, have an engineer, have all the interns that are working there, manage that whole team to create your own domestic radio morning show. So what happens is syndication exploded because not only were they the best, it was way cheaper than these other things, and budgets were going down. So it was like the perfect formula for it to spread around the country. I would be shocked if they're not at least in some sort of like preliminary discussions. They have to be. Or they're talking to them independently. But they have to be. I mean, they have to see the value of the space.
I can definitely understand talking to them independently, in particular with like, every show has a big personality.
Yeah.
But why not just bring the whole show over? And now all these 130 markets get this shit syndicated. Who are we competing with at this point? All media, if you're Spotify. You got the Rogan podcast, which we'll talk about later. But like,
Oh, we didn't even talk
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, but
we're
think
competing
about
with video. Let's just go kill. Let's kill radio for sure.
I think
Because
the
once we
problem
take
with
them,
that-
real quick, let me finish this. Once we take them, who's coming up? Once you take the Breakfast Club, who's the next in line that's going to take everybody and make them listen to their radio show?
True. But the problem, I think, is like radio is still the destination for people who still aren't tech savvy.
They're gonna die.
Yeah,
bro.
but they're dying out too.
Yeah, so it's like you got to wait until they die because right now they
So,
still do numbers.
I would
Still
say-
does crazy numbers.
I would say that you have to wait for them to die. You don't actually. My mom has learned how to use her smart TV. I barely know how to use the smart TV. Searching YouTube, signing up into like her own account on YouTube, has her playlist of videos. My mom's 72 years old.
Yeah. Every time I think my mom can't learn some technology,
Baby,
she
learn
learns
this
it.
shit.
She learns it. We underestimate them. We look at them like fucking children, but they're not children.
You
They're
just
adults.
need to bully them. You need to get them out of their comfort zone. There's no different than us. Like we get in our comfort zones, and every once in a while, something disturbs that.
Why aren't we all super active on TikTok? It's right
out of
now.
our
It's out of our
comfort
comfort zone. At a certain point, with every social media app, we're like, ah, shit, we got to adapt.
Yeah.
They're the same. They're just more comfortable.
What's the interesting point with like terrestrial radio is that the top 20 listened to shows, the majority are conservative talk radio.
Because they're old.
They're older.
Yeah. So it's like Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Glenn Beck, like all that stuff. And then there's like a couple NPR ones, but it's primarily talk radio, primarily conservative.
Yeah, dude.
And like those people aren't going to come over to Spotify.
Bruh, if that's the move, if you're Spotify, because you're always just trying to capture new demographics. If we want the white conservative demographic who's not as tech savvy, let's go grab their fucking king. Let's throw the bag at Rush Limbaugh.
I mean,
bring him
15
over.
million listeners a week though.
Oh, dude. Yeah. They
Bananas,
kill it,
dog. That's bananas.
Killing it. Like,
That's what I'm saying. There's still audience on radio.
let's talk about the Rogan thing because the Rogan deal is unprecedented, and I think they're lowballing the deal.
I think it's higher than what they're saying it is.
Everybody's saying 100 million. One person came out and said at least 100 million, and then everybody was like, okay, it's 100 million. I think it's closer to 200 million.
Well, if you're Rogan, 100 million is a lot, but it's also like,
Not worth it. You're
How
gonna
much
make
you
that.
think he's making?
You're going to make 100 million in 3 years. The show makes 30 million a year.
is that?
I think that's what they calculated,
That's
right?
an estimate I saw online. That was 30 million a year.
So it's like if the deal is 3 years, you're already going to make 30 million. You
Yeah.
don't do a guaranteed deal for some shit you're already going to make.
Yeah.
It's got to be worth more, especially because you're bringing so much brand equity to Spotify. Now they're a podcasting platform.
Yeah.
Granted, there are people listening to this podcast. Well, I mean, not listen to this one, but they listen to us every week on Spotify. But it wasn't a podcast app; it was a music app.
Button helped. This makes it a space for podcasting. You got the
100%.
king. You got the fucking GOAT podcast. We just brought him over. Checkmate. What are you going to do?
It's actually an interesting conversation. Do they need Button anymore? If I'm Button, I'd be a little concerned because you don't have as much leverage.
I would say they probably lost a little leverage, but it's a complete different demographic.
Complete different
There's
demographic.
some bleed over, but not that much.
And it seems like they have a devout following and the people super fuck with it. And he's ingrained in like the cultural conversation. And it's
Yeah.
always important to have those people,
Yeah,
right?
if you got a guy who can start conversations within any culture, you keep that guy.
And if you have a guy who people want to go to them for their opinion.
Yeah.
That being said, you were buying brand and you were buying subscribers for cheap. I think that the Button deal was like, yo, you think people would listen to podcasting? We would probably get these guys for cheap. Come on over. Now, cheap is still, I'm sure, 7-figure deal. They're making money. But
Good 7 figures.
in terms of $1 billion company, they're like,
So if you're
yeah, let's go
Spotify, and let's say you're paying him $10 million a year, which is a fucking bag. It's
1
not
million,
crazy.
probably $1 million, right? I'm thinking $1 million. So it's nothing to a company like Spotify.
Right.
You spend a couple $100 million on Rogan, and you see that your stock price jumps fucking 13% in a day. I mean, insane. That is brand. I think Button, you're like dabbling. You're like, this is a devout following on this show. He's going to get people to come over. Let's see if we can make our money back.
Right.
They make their money back and some, I bet.
Yeah.
With Button. And Button doesn't really slip in terms of relevancy. I thought that was the most impressive thing.
Yeah.
You think when you go behind a paywall, all of a sudden motherfuckers are going to be like, I just can't listen to him as much.
Well, you can still listen to it free. It's just like
a little
of
more,
a pain in the
yeah, a
ass.
little more of a pain. But still, it's like, yo, that's pretty cool. Now, Budden kept his YouTube. Rogan did not keep his full episodes on YouTube.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. He keeps the clips.
He keeps the clips. The clips are still coming up, and people, I would say more people watch the clips than watch the full episode.
Right.
I watch clips. Now, I might watch the entire episode in clips, but I'm just more of a clip person. I like the conversations already like chopped up for me. I think you get the big fish, and I think that you offer a deal to Budden because he operates in a niche space within podcasting with a devout following, and I think he's valuable. Again, I don't know that much because I don't listen to the podcast, but I'm assuming based on the reaction and like how devout his fans are. That being said, if they're coming for other guys like in the hip hop space, you know, if they come for Charla, if they come for other guys,
If you get Charlotte, Budden's leverage evaporates. But right now, he's still got leverage.
I don't know how long is the Budden's deal going for.
I believe they have to renegotiate this year.
Tough year to renegotiate.
And I'm gonna be honest, I
Tough year
bet
to renegotiate.
you can. They probably took maybe a little bit of a loss on Budden, or maybe they're making a lot. I
I
assume
think
they're making money.
I think
On
they're-
Rogan, you take a loss. You're willing to take a loss. It's like
It's an equity play.
They call it a loss leader, where it's like, look, I take a loss in this, but I know overall it helps everything.
Yeah.
Now you are the branding of getting Joe Rogan, the biggest podcast in history, on your platform is. Now we're different.
You're buying brand. It's called buying brand.
We're buying brand. Okay.
So if you want to be known as the complete audio platform, you have to have podcasting and music because that's what we do for audio.
Right.
Yeah.
And they bought the brand. When you buy the biggest podcast, now you're known as a podcast network. It was great. It is going to be interesting when we see that negotiation. I think it would be smart to keep Budden because you want to keep you want to keep a show that people really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Again, you want to keep a show that people
they're
like.
doing well.
That being said, the leverage is less now, and the bag is small because you just spent a lot of that money. It's like you spent a lot of money on your quarterback. Ain't a lot of money left for that corner. Ain't a lot of money left for that running back.
Budden though has won. He's bet on himself and he's won. He bet on himself leaving Complex and he won, and then he won again getting with Spotify. And I don't know that if he leave Spotify, he's necessarily going to be hurting.
Honestly, I think he'll be completely fine if he leaves Spotify.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I don't think it will affect him at all, and maybe his numbers go up
Because now he's
more
easier
accessible
to get access to. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it affects him at all, and I think that's where he probably should have some leverage in the negotiation, which is I don't care if you don't pay me, but then he's got to go get ads and sell ads and that kind of stuff, and then maybe things can change. It's interesting. This is going to be a very interesting time because people are trendy, and if being sold to selling your show or licensing your show to a streaming app for a certain amount of money becomes the thing, which it is because the biggest guy did it, that's going to be a trend. And other companies are going to start doing it. And you're going to see podcasts being sold to Spotify exclusively for a lot less. So you're going to see the people going, all right, I'll take $50,000 for the whole year.
You think so?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's trendy and it's kind of... I like that. It's funny to me that people are like, you sold out. And it's like, bruh, everybody will sell out at a price.
I don't think it's selling out.
It's still free.
It's still free. Like,
I don't think it's selling out.
I don't think in any way.
But it's just funny to see people salty. And it's just like, you guys act like you have no price. Like if somebody came to you and said, here's $20 million, you wouldn't do pretty much anything. And he still made it free.
Yeah. Not to mention if podcast actually updates sort of like the UI with the if Spotify can update the UI with the podcast.
What's UI?
Like the
User
user
interface?
interface.
Okay.
I think it actually would be beneficial to listeners in the long run. Because I think most of the podcast listening like options are like
They're
pretty
trash.
Son,
They're trash.
so one thing we were talking about Brilliant Idiots about this is how amazing would it be if the audio and the video are one and the same? So while you're listening, right, on your Spotify, you've got it playing. It's in your ear. When you want to watch it, you just turn and look at your phone.
Unlock the phone. Like YouTube.
Yeah,
if you pay for
YouTube
premium, it's
Premium.
different.
It's basically YouTube Premium,
Yeah.
but Spotify has that service.
Yeah.
So the technology exists. They just need to do it.
And the great thing about it is, well, YouTube Premium, I don't have YouTube Premium because I'm a fucking cheap fuck or just lazy. But like the second I go out of YouTube, like I switch the app, it shuts off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How nice would it be if it just continues? Now, I guess that's YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
I just need to buy.
I
I
just
need to
don't
buy
know
it.
how you listen or watch stuff with commercials.
Yeah.
That just sucks.
That also can be Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with it. That is how we pay the bills.
I think it's a great idea, though. I think more podcasts going over behind paywalls is going to be better for the podcast market.
Who loses in the situation?
No,
YouTube.
I don't think
YouTube,
Right.
yeah.
Because it seems like Rogan benefits, the listeners benefit, Spotify benefits.
Big hit for YouTube. And YouTube, YouTube's not going anywhere. Obviously, the biggest platform on the planet. That being said, it's something that they have to be concerned about because they got a lot of almost free content. Right?
Yeah.
All of us are free. It's almost free content. Like, I'm telling the entire world, upload your stand-up on YouTube. Now everybody got a fucking YouTube special. This free. They're giving to YouTube for free to monetize. Now, you make a couple bucks on the ads, but it's not life-changing money.
Right.
Okay? YouTube was getting content for the low because they offered exposure.
Yeah.
Once they start losing some of that content, especially the high-level content, I don't know if people stop looking at YouTube as much. I think they start looking, but the overall quality of YouTube will go down. YouTube is in an interesting period right now where you're having top-tier content.
Yeah.
You're having the same content you would get on Netflix on YouTube, and YouTube is paying $0 for it, and Netflix is paying millions of dollars for it. Shit. That's the best thing in the world. The problem is YouTube is pussy. YouTube don't want to stand behind an artist in case an artist says something that pisses someone off. So YouTube goes, we're just a platform, we let them use it. Spotify is going, nah, that's ours. And people go, oh, you're going to take this, he has a conservative or racist on his show. Or, people say this shit about Rogan, right? And it's like, they're like, yeah, okay. We don't care. He could do whatever he wants. It's his show. They're being more brave. And the criticism hasn't come to Spotify yet. Remember, it came a little bit where they're like, how are you playing XXXTentacion's album when he has these allegations against him? And they took the album down?
YouTube did.
No.
Spotify?
I think they limited the search, but yeah.
Or they limited the search?
Yeah.
But that's going to start happening as they start purchasing content. And they're not just a streaming platform. Yeah. As they start going, this is a Spotify produced show or Spotify backs this, they're going to start calling on the morality of Spotify. How could you stand by this?
Yeah.
How could you
now they're
promote
producing.
this?
Now they're in the Netflix position.
Now
the Spotify's coming they're becoming a total media platform in the sense that if they've got video technology and they improve that UI, what's to stop a stand-up special from being on Spotify exclusively? What's to stop Spotify from saying,
100%.
hey, Andrew, you got that special you're shooting right now. If you haven't already sold it, why don't
but then you got to be
Spotify?
accountable. And I'm curious if they're ready for the smoke.
Well, they made that 6ix9ine podcast series. I think they produced that, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
It's the Angie Martinez is the one that narrates it.
Okay.
But it's literally just the saga. I think it's called The Rise and Fall of 6ix9ine. And if I'm not mistaken, Spotify produced it. They paid for it and created it.
Okay.
So now they're profiting off of this, controversial
Debacle.
character.
Yeah.
But they're already in the production game as far as podcasts and audio media go.
Someone's gonna, what is it, pull their collar or whatever that shit is? Or what is it when someone G checks you?
Pull their card or whatever.
Pull their card? Yeah, someone's gonna pull their card and we're gonna see how they react. I think that the environment, the overall ecosystem is a little bit more tolerant right now.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So they might have timed it right. 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago, they try this. 2 years ago, it might be tough. They might get a lot of backlash. But now is the right time. We're coming out of the PC shit.
And he's a good
ready.
guy to dip your toe in the water with because he doesn't say anything. He just talks to people who have different beliefs.
Right.
Well, I can't be mad at that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it's Rush Limbaugh saying some crazy shit, it's all right, well, fuck, this is our guy saying it. It's Joe Rogan. He's just interviewing people. I can't be mad at an interviewer. You're not going to get mad at Charlie Rose for interviewing somebody who says something crazy.
Yeah. He's a fucking goat, man. He's a fucking goat. I'm beyond, he's a fucking goat, dude. It is,
You think YouTube starts having to do premium YouTube content or exclusive YouTube podcasts or whatever?
I think that if this trend continues, YouTube is going to have to invest in more than here's a prank show with PewDiePie, or here's a they're doing really soft, non-offensive content because they're frightened of any backlash.
Yeah.
Right? Because they already allow so much shit on the platform. You could have an ISIS fucking webpage. You could have a KKK webpage or YouTube page, whatever. But eventually, if they're going to compete, they're going to have to put their money where their mouth is. They're going to have to.
Are we looking at Spotify now the way that Netflix was mailing people DVDs back in the day?
What do you think?
Where Netflix is mailing people stuff and you're all right, well, yeah, they're a movie service. and then they become this all-inclusive content platform. Is Spotify just going to do that for mobile?
What do you think?
I think they could, if, depending on if they have the overhead, if they have the capital.
I mean, I think they have a better shot at it than Quibi. Because they're grandfathered in.
Yeah, we got Spotify.
We know what Spotify is. You know what I mean?
It's huge already.
It's huge already. And like,
You got the subscribers already there.
you got the
Quibi's
cred card
trying to-
subscribers. you got
Spotify had the money to
interest.
buy content that already exists that people like also. Quibi's trying to bring back Punk'd like we give a fuck.
Yeah, not
That's a
Quibi's
good
so
point.
fucking stupid. But
Yeah,
like,
that shit, like, I got a new app, I got to download, and it's a bunch of shows I've never really
Yeah,
heard
I
of.
gotta pay
Spotify's
for
like,
some new shit.
hey, you know, I have 16 million of you every week listen to Rogan, let's just bring that here.
you know what I would do, bro, if I'm Spotify? Is that documentary about 6ix9ine a video too?
It's not video, but it was produced by Spotify and Complex, but it was by Spotify Studios.
That's the first thing I would do. I would do documentaries about musicians,
Oh, shit.
right? So like you bring people on this music platform into video, but it's within the same wheelhouse that we all know you from.
Yeah.
Right? So here's the 6ix9ine documentary, or here's the, you know, the, what is it? Not the Lost Ones or
And
whatever
you
that
can
shit
proud-
was.
Maybe I'm just being Indian, but you could probably lowball what you would pay a musician because it's like you're going to get so much publicity on the #1 streaming service in the world.
Actually, in a way, they're already doing that. So, like, their big playlists, like Rap Caviar is like their biggest rap playlist.
Yeah.
There'll be song, and then there will actually be a video, like, spotlight on one of the artists. So it'll be like Lil Pump's song just has a new single, and then it'll be like a video of Lil Pump being like, yeah, I wrote those lyrics while I was fucking my friend.
Yeah.
But, like, they have, like, the video spotlight feature. So they're already tapping
They're
into,
smart.
Like, little
They're
things.
fucking sharp, yo. This guy's sharp. The Spotify dude is fucking sharp.
I mean, I think they were like pretty integrated with Facebook, like off a rip. Like I would see,
they?
that was when I first started finding out about Spotify. Anytime somebody played a song on Spotify, this is way back when we were still using Facebook, it would pop up, this guy just listened to this song on Spotify.
I think,
and that's how I was like, oh, what's
initially
this?
you needed to connect your Facebook to Spotify.
Yeah.
to
even
sign
get
up.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how great Rogan is. And obviously I'm biased because I love the guy and he's done so much for me. But like, we are not having this conversation about the platform Spotify a week ago.
Yeah.
Spotify is just that music app. Yeah, it's got some, it's better. I'd be like, yeah, it's better than Apple Music, but whatever. The second Joe Rogan signed on to Spotify, we're like, this might be the future. This might be the new Netflix.
It is the biggest whatever. If 10 years ago Friends went to some exclusive, or 20 years ago whatever went to some exclusive shit, we'd all be like, whoa, this is the
Right.
biggest show going to this.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is change. This is creating movement in the world.
Yeah.
The new normal, bro.
Son, I had dinner with Rogan. This is last time we were in LA, and maybe a couple times ago in LA, and he brought up the idea of Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, and
Exclusive shit, huh?
and he said, and I was like, bro, you got to get a piece of that company. And Rogan's just not a greedy guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, I think that like certain amounts of money are so much that it doesn't matter the value.
Yeah.
So in other words, like if I offer you $300 million for something,
Yeah.
even if you're worth $1 billion, $300 million is so much for you
Yeah.
that you're like, fuck it. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that, and because I remember telling him, I was like, bro, you got to get a piece. You are going to make that platform as an audio platform. You're going to make it legit as a podcasting platform. Like you have to get a piece of that company. You got to get equity because of what you're going to bring them. You're going to increase the equity so much, you know? And he was like, no, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to do it, this, that, the other. And, but that's why I'm feeling it's got to be more than 100 mil. It's got to be like stupid money. Because if he's just happy without the equity and he's like, yeah, I feel good. It's got to be stupid.
I mean, 100 million. Well, it's
not stupid
over
for
3
him.
years. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, let's take some questions and get out of here.
That was actually one of the questions I wanted to get to. Let me see who asked that.
All right. Well, your question has been answered.
Tejal Naik asked, if we got another last dance for all of sports, which team would you have liked to see?
If they did a last dance for all teams, which team would I like to see?
A last dance for me, it's pretty obvious, but also they were wild. The 90s Cowboys, the last year they won the Super Bowl, and that was like dumb crazy. They had a house called the White House where players would just bring all their side bitches and fuck them. And Jimmy Johnson was like a disciplinarian. He had left. Barry Switzer came in. He don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Be a wild documentary. There's a book that kind of covers it, but I would love to see a documentary. There's a book that covers it, but I'd love to see a documentary on it.
Yeah, now I want to see that one too.
That shit would be wild.
I would love to see the first 3 Lakers championships.
Ooh, how Magic got AIDS?
No,
Sign.
I'm talking Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq would be ill too.
Because then you see like all the behind the scenes, the breakup,
That
who
could be
stays, who
fire.
goes, like,
That could be fire.
Ill.
did the rape charge come during that time, or was that after?
It was
Shaq
after
left?
the three-peat. It was
after the three-peat.
Yeah, I think they lost.
Yo,
the
you
next
know
year.
who I'd love to see? I'd really love to see the down 3-1.
LeBron. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, you're at the point of no return. You know what I mean? Like it's like full despair. You don't think it can happen, and then like to kind of just pick yourself back up and then go take down the greatest team ever assembled. Like, fuck yeah, dude! I'd love to see that.
That'd
It
be
could be
ill.
just that series.
That'd be ill.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, but I would need a lot of actual footage, not confessionals of people talking about. That'd be cool too. But for it to be really ill, it would be like, this is the camera in the locker room, just watching them interact, just watching LeBron in, staying late or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I fucks with that. All right, what else?
Deliver says,
Deliver.
does Jordan disprove the idea that to be great, you must run your own race and ignore the competition? He was clearly driven by personal vendettas. Yeah, good questions this week, yo.
Wait, what is that again?
Does Jordan disprove the idea that to be great, hey man, you just focus on yourself, run your own race, eyes on your own paper? Because he was very much like, oh, this guy said this to me, this guy did that, this guy has this, fuck this guy. And that potentially made him the greatest ever.
Anybody that says that they're not motivated by the people around them is a fucking lying piece of shit, or just not successful at all. Like, you need to have those grudges.
I agree that we
need to
do
have
it,
the list. Yeah.
But what we're taught to do, what we're told to do is, hey man, don't worry about it. Run your own race. Don't worry about who has what.
Yeah, I'm saying that's wrong. But go on. What do you
So-
say?
I just disagree or maybe we just don't see that side of these people. But like people like Elon Musk, he doesn't seem like he's thinking about anything like anybody else. He's like in his own head. He drives himself.
Son, he named his company Tesla.
No, but I'm talking about like he's not competing with anybody. He's just like,
He's not like,
I
Bezos
have an
has this, I
idea.
gotta get Bezos.
I want to have an idea and I want to push the limits of how far my idea in my head. Like, I don't think there's
My high school physics teacher told me I couldn't make an electric car.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be surprised, bruh. I'd really be surprised. I mean, you see his animosity with like the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, and like you see his pushback with the government. Like, I'm going to prove a point to the California government that I can have my guys go to work. I'm going to go on the biggest podcast, Joe Rogan Experience. I'm going to tell people that Corona ain't real. The numbers ain't shit. Like, he has his little grudges. He might not have them in his field of engineering, but he 100% has his grudges, and he likes to display them as much as he possibly can.
So then does that idea start to kind of permeate the zeitgeist? Is like, that's bullshit. Vendettas are good. Whereas right now, the idea that we preach is, hey, eyes on your own paper. But after watching Jordan,
it's bullshit.
are we even done with that like bullshit notion? We just are like, yeah, man, be motivated by everybody. That publicly becomes the sentiment.
I think
Jordan.
that is the sentiment of anyone successful. I don't think there's a single successful person outside of like people who meditate or some shit. Like, I'm talking about like successful in your business, not successful in terms of happiness. Like, successful in your field. I don't think there's a single person that doesn't have vendettas and create grudges. And I created 2 more this week.
I'm right there with you.
But yeah, I think Elon is in competition. I think he's in competition with the whole automobile industry. Like, he made a comment on Rogan where he was like, yeah, only 2 automobile industries or only 2 car manufacturers that haven't gone bankrupt, Tesla and Ford.
Yeah.
So like, I think he sees himself in like the automobile industry and wanting to compete with those people. I also think he sees himself in like aerospace, like wanting to take out the Lockheed Martins and the Boeings. Like, I don't think he sees himself as just like, oh, I'm a rocket builder. Like, he's like, I'm in the aerospace industry and I want to take on Boeing or whatever it is.
Why are rockets so expensive? Because, we waste them every time we shoot them back there. I'm going to find a way not to waste them. Like, 100%.
He's taking shots
Good point,
a little,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It might not be as public because the figures aren't as public, but I do think he still has them.
Charles Neblet,
question.
what do you think Kobe's documentary will show about him behind the scenes? So Kobe got his documentary coming out. You think we're going to see anything unique about Kobe?
It's the same thing with Kobe, bro. He's the least interesting person in the world. And it's not to knock the dead or something like that. He's just not interesting. He was incredibly dedicated to his sport. And because of that dedication, he was able to achieve incredible success But because of that, he was kind of boring. It's just, I'm going to go work out. You guys don't work out enough. Hey, do you want to work out with me? Hey, I'll be at the gym working out. Hey, and after I'll work out. Okay, you know what? My daughter really likes basketball. I'll work out with her. That's all he did. He had a singular focus, and it was great, but he's not that interesting.
You're going to see the same grudges. He's going to bring up grudges 100%. He might delve into MJ more, his relationship with MJ. I also think, hopefully, you'll see him starting to realize, I need to start shifting my mentality for after I graduate, and like seeing him after I retire, and seeing him start to like, okay, how do I adjust? How do I harness this focus into my family?
That'd be cool.
Or whatever
Now,
business.
is this a Kobe doc or this?
It is. It followed him his last season. And what else was worth talking about?
Entire Lakers team.
No,
I think
just him.
who would follow the Lakers in that year?
I'm just saying.
Hey, let's follow the 11 seed around because they're the
Yeah,
Lakers. No, you follow the 11 seed because they got Kobe, and this is last year.
Gotcha.
All right, last one.
Chris Karsh, who is the best role player of all time?
Robert Horry. Nah, how do we define the best role player? Is it like championships?
So
Robert Horry got a bunch of championships, man.
yeah, he does.
Who's the best role player of all time, bro?
Role player could also be the number 2. And to that, my first thought is, who's the number? Is it 1 and 1A for the 80s Lakers?
That's the tricky thing with like
I was gonna say
super
Kobe.
teams. Say again?
I'm gonna say Kobe during the Shaq years.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with super teams where it's like, I don't consider them role players, even though they are. I don't consider them role players. Like,
So let's go not perennial all-stars.
Yeah, like who's the best actual role player? Like fourth guy or third guy. Like Pippen is not a role player, you know. Rodman is a role player, and he's the best role player of all time.
That's a good move. You know who I ought to put up there also that we sleep on is Iggy.
Yeah,
Iggy's a guy who also could have been an all-star, perennial all-star, and then he just swallowed that, went to Golden State, and won chips.
Yeah, but I just think Rodman.
It's Rodman.
is better,
It's Rodman. But that's another guy that we, I think, forget about. Because your first thought is Ori, Kerr, all these other guys with like 6, 7 rings, and that's great, and they played their role. But I think Iguodala was huge for those Warriors.
Yeah, he was. He was huge.
Finals MVP as a role player.
Rodman, though. Rodman, the fucking GOAT,
Yeah.
man. Guys, that's been another episode of Flagrant 2, the Patreon Asshole Army. We appreciate the fuck out of y'all. Thank you for continuing to spread the word, man. It's amazing to see this Patreon continue to grow. We need to come up on that 9K and then 10K.
Hell yeah.
I think we could do it soon.
Hell yeah.
Right now, we're around 8, right?
8,400, I believe.
Oh, we 8,400.
8,300.
So we coming up on 9, and then we can hit that 10K, man. Let's do that. Keep spreading the word. Let the motherfuckers know. We sincerely hope you've been enjoying this content, man, and it's been a great fucking ride. So we're gonna take it to the top. There's a lot of space open in the YouTube market right now. You know what I mean? Big gap,
go.
big
Let's
shoes
go.
to fill, but we got big feet, so let's go for it. All right, guys, peace.
God bless.